If this is your first time or your usual time with us, then welcome to XboxEra. We provide a platform for the Xbox community from our forums and Discord, our main site with the latest news and reviews, and our podcasts like the XboxEra podcast and You Had Me at Halo. We exist, our focus on the Xbox platform front and centre, because so many media publications out there don't. We love this community and believe Xbox really can be the very best place to play. If you love what we do, help us. You can join as a YouTube member, or even better, subscribe to us on Patreon. You help us grow and get plenty of perks to enjoy as a token of our appreciation. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. And as always, thanks for sticking around.
The XboxEra podcast is brought to you by executive producers Topp, Torn Raptor, and Lawple.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the final episode of the year, episode 192 of the XboxEra podcast. XboxEra, the Xbox-centric publication funded by and for you guys. If this is your usual time with us, welcome. If it's your first time, well, welcome as well. If you love what we do, you can support us directly by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra or becoming a YouTube member right here. And as always, keep your eyes peeled on XboxEra.com for all the latest and greatest in Xbox news. I'm your host, Siggy Mechanico, and I'm joined as usual by Special Nick.
Oh, what's going on?
Nice to see you, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that shit.
Yes,
And
Merry
we've
Christmas.
got Jesse here as well, as
Nope.
per usual.
I'm back on camera.
Fiddling with-
Last week was supposed to be the Grubsmas, but he wasn't feeling great, so John hopped in to lead things, but I stayed in the background because it still was about Nick and Jeff's undying love for each other. Why else would a man so sick
course.
stick around for that long? But hi, hello everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
very
Hello.
true. And we're fingers crossed on Jesse's internet connection tonight, so apologies in
Oh, I know
advance
why.
if there are any
So I had
listening
StreamYard open
woes.
4 times, and it was trying to upload my video 4 times. That's why it was struggling before. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good. But yeah, hi
I'm
everyone.
watching the stream. He's fine. I'm watching the stream. It's
Oh, yeah,
actually
no.
fine.
I
Even
got
though
them
it
all
looks
closed.
weird for us, it's actually fine.
It's
on the
my
stream.
direct video. I will always look and sound perfectly fine on OBS. It doesn't matter what you hear or see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That is
good
fine.
then.
And hopefully I'm not too quiet. Can people tell me if I'm too... Because I
You're-
should be very loud and
You
You're
are
always
tickling
loud,
red
bro.
when you talk.
overpowering everyone.
By the way, not going to be our
Yeah,
last
quite.
stream of the year. I'm going to do one
Oh, what are you
tomorrow
doing?
night. Starting, I'm bringing in the new Gears, playing some Gears of War tomorrow night, starting around 9 p.m. Eastern. Happy New Gears is the name of the stream. So you can, if you don't have any plans, like me and the wife, we don't give a
Gears
shit about
confirmed.
New Year's. Yeah,
Yeah, I hate
playing
it.
Gears
I hate New
confirmed.
Year's.
I don't care either. It's just another night.
It's a forced fun. Everything's more
Yes.
expensive.
Yeah.
You've got to stay up extra late, and I'm like, it's
Got to
half
get
9.
smashed. Got to get plastered.
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
I mean, I might
Um,
get some booze for tomorrow, but we'll see.
But yeah, hey, Christmas has been and gone. Before we get into what we've been playing, you guys get anything cool for Christmas?
I got aftershave, which I needed. I had run out of aftershave. I got voucher, which I spent on socks because I needed socks.
Fucking
Good
I'm
socks
getting
are
old.
incredible.
I
Good
needed,
socks, good underwear, incredibly important as you get old.
yeah, Nike. These Nike socks are nice. They're good socks. I needed more
Nice
socks,
keys.
and I also need underwear, which I'm gonna have to get. But yeah, I'm an old man now, so you get old man presents.
Yeah. I got some new towels. Needed some.
Yep, towels.
My missus has some slippers that were very fluffy, and I've always been an anti-slipper person because all the slippers that have
really?
ever been bought for me in my life have been those fucking ridiculous comedic slippers where it's a giant animal of some description and they're just fucking.
Okay.
But she said, and then I had to take the bins out. And I was doing some things she wasn't in, and I just saw her fluffy, girly, white, comfy, cozy slippers, and I just slipped them on. All right, don't judge me. And my feet were like, oh my god, where have these been all my life? So I got some slippers. I got a lovely Halo Infinite art book, and way too much chocolate. You know, way too much chocolate.
Yeah. We
To
have
the
a lot.
To the extent of, like, I don't want to eat it all, and if it's not all gone by New Year's Day, I'm just gonna bin it. Like,
Chuck it.
I
Chuck
don't
it.
want to like
Save it
yeah.
for Halloween. Save it for Halloween.
Well, the smaller stuff I'll probably put in a box, and when the kids are like, "Oh, Daddy, can you have a special treat?" I could just like grab one.
Then
of
you'll
those,
find
and
it
that might
all in
last
your
a
son's
year.
room behind his bed again.
you know what
don't.
else I got? I bought for myself, and it wasn't a Christmas present. It was just a post-Christmas thing that I wanted. Hot cross buns. As soon as December 26th comes here, the hot cross buns go straight out into the supermarkets, and I am there
Now-
straight away.
Controversial. Hot cross buns. I don't mind a hot cross
Fruitless.
bun. Fruitless cross buns.
Fruitless.
My man, my brother.
No
That's
fruit.
fucking right. Because hot
No
fruit is
fruit.
gross. All right.
It's not that the hot fruit is gross. I'm fine with normal hot cross buns. Like until they started making the fruit-free ones, all I used to eat was the ones with the sultanas in them.
But you'd pick them
What-
out, right? You'd be like, "Well, I'll try some kind
I'm not a massive fan of them. Once those fruit-free ones came out, I was like,
all over
oh
them.
man, apple and cinnamon's pretty nice. The chocolate ones aren't bad, but very messy.
Yeah,
Extremely messy.
It's all about the standard with a bit of butter. Lovely.
Those fruit-free ones.
What about you, Jesse?
God.
What did you get for Christmas? Anything exciting and thrilling and wonderful?
A couple of things I can show off. They're just behind me. These 4 Halo figurines.
Ah, yeah, I saw this on Twitter. Very cool.
Anything over, hopefully. So, I mean, they were just at, I think like a Ross or something. So, it's a mix. You've got Carter from Reach, and he's got different hands and guns. Yes, I'm a grown man. You've got Linda from the books, essentially. You've got the Venator armor Spartan. I don't know why. Looks cool. Very reflective. And then finally, from Halo 4, you've got Chief.
Okay.
The wife just randomly picked these all up for me because most of my backdrop is just stuff she's bought, like the Halo Reach poster and the other stuff. That book, that's, I think, also right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I got this one, The Art of Halo Infinite, which is very pretty.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it's just all the stuff in there. It's funny to me in some ways that reading it, it's like got a foreword from Frank O'Connor and and a foreword from Sparth, the lead artist on the game, and both of them have been they've both left 343 now. So it's like really worked well. And it talks about how the engine's incredible and slip space, and I'm like,
Pretty good. It's
my son
right
finally
now,
got Xbox pajamas.
He's no longer a traitor.
Yeah, well, last year he got PlayStation pajamas, and this year he finally got some Xbox pajamas.
Nice. Oh, I got
which
a
he's
bluey
been
hoodie.
wearing.
I got a bluey hoodie.
And my
It
son
says,
got
it's
me
not a
these
dad bod, it's a father figure.
Funkos.
Loki and who's the other one?
It's Spartan Mark 7 with battle rifle. Just an armor set.
Huh.
Okay.
He's like, you like Halo and Loki? I was like, yeah, I do. Thanks.
Wow. Looks like we did all right. We've done all right this year.
Hmm.
Now, it's a good thing I don't have it here. Because my missus and I, we were like, "Oh, we've got enough shit. Like, let's not spend money. Like, budget 20 quid tops, right?" And I got her a cushion that is my face, right, from some place in China somewhere, and it turned up, and the photo they they lopped off one ear, and it was overblown. And like the mohawk was like really pointy, and it basically was a fucking monstrosity. It was like the worst, because the joke is whenever I'm not there, she like kind of hugs the pillow that I sleep on, and she calls it the John pillow. I was like, well, here's an actual John pillow. That was the joke. But honestly, if I had it, this thing was a fucking car crash of a cushion. And if you just zoom in on the forehead on its own, her son was like, it looks like a Greg's sausage, bean, and cheese like bake, like just the pastry lines and the color of it. I was like, fucking hell. But yeah, anyway, fun times. Merry Christmas, and we hope everybody in the chat had a nice Christmas as well. Your present to us can be hitting the like button right now, and that would do us. We'd be happy. If you really want to go all out and up the budget, feel free to go support us on Patreon, because we're an Xbox outlet that, apart from Nick, actually plays on Xbox. So maybe
he does a few times a year.
Support that. Yeah, every now and then. Every now and then. But yeah. Anyways, speaking of games, I say that, and then Nick and I have not been playing on Xbox this week. What have we been playing, Nick?
Man, I really wish Jeff Grubb had not mentioned Suika Game. Because after he started talking about Suika Game last week, I'm like, I haven't heard of this Suika Game. What's this Suika Game? So I jumped on the website because he said there's a web browser version last week, and I was like, oh, okay. Jumped on the Switch. It was $4.50 on Switch. So I'm like, it's $4. I'll just grab it.
£2.69 in UK money.
Started playing it, and I'm just like, man, I cannot stop playing this game now. Like, it's all I've been playing. I mean, I've played a bit of Rocket League and Fortnite, but this game has been dominating all my playtime. And then my kids got hooked on it. Then my wife got hooked on it. Last weekend, we went to my cousin's for dinner, and we took our Switches there. They got Suika Game, and they got addicted, and were playing it all night. And it's just, I went there and gave him my old TV. Like, I bought my daughter a new TV, took her plasma to my cousin's, and I said, so, what's your highest score now? And he got like 2,000 and something. I'm like, I've now hit 3,100, got a couple of watermelons. It's just, oh my God. I can't get over how addictive it is.
It is.
And no, I'm not going to say addicting. The word is not addicting. It's addictive. That is the word.
Yeah, it is super addicting.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
It's a great game. And there are, like, if you're watching this on streaming, you don't have a Switch, there is a couple of knockoffs available. I think the best one I found on mobile is titled QS Monkey Land.
What?
King of Fruits. That's the Android name.
Okay.
Yeah, what can I say? I don't know why they've chosen that name, but it's got the one that's closest to the physics of the Nintendo Switch version. So
yeah,
give it a download if you want to just idle away some time.
Do you know the story behind this game though? It's
No.
just as crazy as the game itself. So
tell me the story, Nick.
It's not made by a game developer. Suika Game. So there's a company called Aladdin X, and they make projectors. Right? They make projectors. That's what their business
fuck is
They
this
make
going?
projectors. And they made Suika Game as a demo, purely just to demo their projectors. That's why they made this game. And then they randomly decided to port it to Switch. Just for the
And it became
fuck of
the
it.
number one game
And I'm
downloaded on the Japanese Switch store.
Yeah. Like, it just took off. And I'm just, man, I feel like they're leaving a lot of money on the table by not having this on iOS.
Yeah,
Not having it. Android, Xbox, PlayStation, just put it everywhere. And you don't need cross-save and all that sort of stuff because it's just a high score thing. Like, you don't need an account system.
Leaderboards. Why not?
Maybe cross leaderboards if they can be bothered, but it's not something you need. So you just port it to everything. Like, seriously, I'll buy it on all of them. I'll buy it on Xbox. I'll buy it on PlayStation. I'll buy it on iOS to have it everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
it's a great little game.
Come on, like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's so simple, but it's so.
It's zen. You get into this flow.
Yeah,
of
it's
dropping
zen.
Things.
You lose hours. You lose hours. Like, you're just there and you think, oh yeah, one more game, but then one more game becomes two more games, becomes three more games, and you just keep on. Oh my God.
It's the dopamine hit as well when the fruits combine.
And all of it, you don't even, half the time you don't even know how it happened. You're just like, and then all of a sudden there's a rock melon there and you're just like, what do you mean? And you just get so excited and it's, oh man.
Like I said, for the team that actually plays on Xbox,
look,
Jesse, what about you? What have you been playing?
So, I mean, I tried Tears of the Kingdom again. I can't get into it. I don't understand the universal praise for it with how unbelievably similar it is to Breath of the Wild, but it's still a good game. But I had, thanks to Nintendo sending over codes. Yeah, since Nintendo sent over codes that gives you gold coins, I use those gold coins. I tried Suika Game. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. I played for an hour. I was like, this is neat, and then I was done. I'll never touch it again. I don't understand. I'm glad you enjoy it. For actual good games, I went back. I was playing a shit ton of Halo Infinite in its campaign. That game, whatever they've done recently, update-wise, runs insanely good on PC now for me. Like, it used to be good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But it was a little up and down. But I have everything maxed out, 4K, no compromises, everything. And it was like a locked 120. Like, it would have gone higher because my TV does 120. Halo Infinite still rules. Played a lot of Starfield. Oddly enough, still really enjoy it after a couple hundred hours. I'm sure once I hit 800 hours... Well, I think I got to get to 600 or 800 hours. That's when you hop on Steam and you get 1 billion people to thumb you up by saying, actually, this game sucks. I don't know why I played for 900 hours. I was so bored the whole time.
That is fucking gold. I love it.
When are we going to write an article about that?
What? About how Starfield sucks, actually? And
the negative SEO starbait. Starbait,
Oh,
essentially, is what it is.
Don't
It's,
get me started. There's some stuff
uh,
I'll touch on later on in the show on that.
so-
But
and a lot of Gears.
but yeah,
Gearsmas on tomorrow.
you're going to be doing a Gears stream before the
Mhm.
end of the year, New Year's Eve,
Tomorrow night.
which is tomorrow at the time of recording. Wow, what a year it's been, right? And look, this is a show where we're not just going to go over the news of this week. We're going to dive back into some spicy topics from throughout the year and see if there's anything more to say. Have a conversation. So, folks in the chat, send us your questions, drop some super chats in. We'll read them out on air. If you want us to touch on anything in particular and revisit the topic, we're open to ideas. We've got nowhere to be. Let's make this show a good one to end the year on. Because
Nick said he was hoping it would be a short show, which is immediately when it was. He wouldn't mind a short show, is what he said.
Did he?
He wouldn't mind a short show. Not that. Yeah, you said you wouldn't mind it for the end of the year, but the moment you say that, you then invoke the fact that it will not be.
Yes,
I technically do have somewhere to be, but I think my parents are not expecting me to be done at the time they want me at their place. So
fair.
Oh well.
Well, hey, look, before we get into the news of the week, if you've been keeping an eye on XboxEra.com over the last week, you would have seen, well, all of our Game of the Year opinions go up. Quite an eclectic list from everybody, I think. Lots of variety in taste and genre
No Baldur's Gate
across the team. No Baldur's Gate 3.
Because
Oh,
it literally came out
lists.
2 weeks. It came out 2 weeks ago, and people keep yelling at us. How about no Baldur's Gate 3? It's like mostly people who play on Xbox. It's only been on Xbox for like a week by the time we were writing all these. So
we're not going to like jump on some bandwagon as soon as it come out, play like a couple of hours of the first act, and just automatically give it a 9 out of 10. We're not those guys, right? But yes, no Baldur's Gate 3, but lots of different articles. And I think there's also a bonus interview with the developers behind the indie smash critical hit Cocoon. So feel free to go check out the site. But it's got all of the team's different Game of the Years on there.
I'm saying it's all over the place.
And rightly so. It's an incredible piece of game design, as I discussed with them. But yes, so lots of there. And then upcoming content in 2024, just to briefly mention it as we come into the next week. On New Year's Day, we will have an article and talking at the camera video from yours truly on what to actually expect from Xbox in 2024 as we go over all of Microsoft's first-party potential releases for this year that are known about, as well as what we suspect are unknown ones. So keep an eye out on YouTube for that one, and on the site, obviously, for the article if you prefer to read, because we'll make that pretty too. We've also got a little surprise launching on New Year's Day for fans of the Xbox platform. I won't tease too much, but it's pretty cool, and I've already seen a preview of it from our wonderful art lead, Predrag. And I think it will be a constant and enjoyed resource throughout the year and probably the years to come. Anything else I should mention? Oh, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown review will be coming.
The game comes out launch, the game comes out early access, I think, on the 15th if you buy the deluxe edition. So it should be around then. No, I don't know yet when it'll be. And I'm also doing a review for this Corsair keyboard, our first Corsair product they sent. It's only a $40 keyboard
RGBs.
or $50, but it's really nice. They didn't give me an embargo, so I'm just going to say right now, if you like really good feeling membrane keyboards that are nicely made and very pretty, the K55 core seems to be very good. Comes out in
I like them for their quietness. Like I love my clacky keyboard,
nice.
but the quietness is often useful. And we'll also be going back in time to have a look at Hellblade 1 in a kind of retro review of that game, because we never reviewed it. I don't think we existed when it came out. So there you go. There you go. That's everything. Let's dive into the news, shall we?
No, before we do that,
we should probably power up.
Yes, we should prepare ourselves for a long discussion of the news, and what better way than with some control, mate, the new formula as well, which the Aussies can get now. Or
You're happy, man.
Yes, go to www.drinkcontrol.com/XboxEra and use our code for 10% off XboxEra and get this amazing drink.
I am shockingly low, Nick. You need to let them know I need another bag.
Yeah. Why don't you reach out to Alex and ask him?
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Oh yeah,
Well, I'm glad you're
it's
feeling
so
better.
good. Yes,
all right.
much better. Ready to
News
go
of the
now.
week. News of the week.
Yep.
Well, where to start? Let's start off with some Sony discussion. The Insomnihack, as it's now amusingly called,
Clever pun.
has kept on giving some interesting details and peeks behind the curtains of Sony's strategy and development, including a ranked list of all of PlayStation Studios games sell through in the millions of units as of different points in time.
Some fairly underwhelming numbers there.
I think that's the big thing that's made people go, huh.
But why would they be surprised?
Well, Nick, if you look at the narrative across the internet, it's Game Pass that's unsustainable, not standard AAA gaming.
Not even that. It's more so that we kept saying PlayStations don't sell for their exclusives. That's not why people are buying PlayStations, and those numbers show it. Like, if you look at the top three, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War, heavily bundled.
Yeah.
And Horizon Zero Dawn's been sold for $10, $15 for the look. Because remember, Sony even pointed out in one of their slides about we need to sell this many million at full price. So they acknowledge that some of their games sell at a discount. Horizon Zero Dawn is constantly sold at a very, very cheap price for the complete edition. And that game was bundled almost from the start. So it makes sense that it's right up there.
Yeah.
But a lot of those numbers are just, man, I was very happy to see Killzone Shadow fall above Killzone 2. Very, very happy. And The Order was above Killzone 2, which was amazing. Because Killzone 2 is just this overrated, Vaseline-infused mess of a game. But my takeaway from that list was that, like we've always said, PlayStations don't sell for their exclusives. Like, you've got your exceptions, don't get me wrong. I'm sure a ton of people bought PS4s for Spider-Man. My cousin did.
Yeah.
He bought a PS4 just for Spider-Man. But that's one. That's one game. Like, PlayStations and Xboxes sell based on things like momentum. Like, the PS4 is a perfect example of the fact that people were just buying it to buy it. Same with the PS5 now. The PS5 has fuck all games, yet people are still buying it en masse. Why?
Yep.
Because that's just the console you buy. You buy the PS5 if you want your big boy console. Like, that's the console you buy. Because, apparently Nintendo's for kids.
One of the issues with that is a lot of people are buying them, but it's right around what they had with the PS4. It's like it's not going up, which has been the thing for them. Like, their actual user base in their sales and everything for them
is finite.
And it's actually going down. Their MAUs are down in the last 3 years, despite, they outsold Xbox 3-1. But then Xbox's MAUs are actually up because they're diversifying and going everywhere instead of just trying to steal more audience from this very small overall console pie instead of going after everyone else's pie, essentially.
Yeah, like, fundamentally for me, if the narrative is PlayStation exclusive sell the console, and these consoles are selling 100 million units or 85 million, I think, for the PS3.
The PS3 was 85.
PS4 155, even something crazy for PS2, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't there like one or two games that are fucking crazy? Like,
yep. Exactly.
That's because the majority of players play FIFA and COD, and that's the
people used to get upset at me. People used to get upset at me when I said that the PS2 first party was fuck all on PS2. There was hardly any PS2 games in that list. Console that sold 150 million, and there's hardly any PS2 games on that list. Like, the PS2 was a third-party machine. I don't know why people get so upset when you say that. Like, it was literally... Whenever you ask someone, what's your most memorable games on PS2? They start spouting off all these third-party games. Like hardly anyone mentions any first-party games. I love Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
But my favorites are Virtua Fighter 4 Evo, Maximo. Like it's a third-party machine. It always was.
It's just a weird one to me. Like The Last of Us Part 2, right? 10 million.
Not
10
even.
million.
It was like 9 point something.
No. I'm looking at the list right now. Last of Us Part 2,
Oh,
PS4.
I thought it was like
10,
9 point
10 on
something.
the nose. 10 on the nose.
Mm.
But I'm like, what was the budget on that? 200?
250 mil, 200 mil or something.
Well, that one
and
was
this
10
is-
on
I
the
think
nose,
this
and
is
they
the
haven't
thing.
they haven't updated it. They that's one that's
No.
not really up to
No.
date, probably because it just didn't keep going up.
But this is the thing. If we're living in an industry where one miss, you've just spunked 250 million. Congrats.
And
Move
it's
on
not
to-
even that it's a miss. It's not even that it's a miss because 10 million is a lot of copies on the surface.
Yeah.
10
I'm not saying
million.
that is a miss. That's not what I'm saying. But if you spend 250 million and you only sell two, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And if you do that 3 or 4 times, you're in real trouble. Like,
Well, they said they needed to sell 7.2 million of Spider-Man at full price to break even.
insane.
To break even, not to make a lot of money, to break
That is
even.
crazy.
That's nuts. Like, and I forgot about that. Biscuitine Triscuit in the chat was like, FYI, Nick, Horizon Zero Dawn was given away for free during lockdown. I completely forgot about that. It was given away for free. And I wouldn't be surprised if they count those copies in the sold copies to fluff up those numbers.
Yeah. We've also got a super chat from another biscuit.
Yeah, brisket for the biscuit, because casuals don't know any better. Well, that's the whole point of a casual. That's what I mean. Like, it's hit that point. Like we've said, Microsoft stuffed up the wrong generation and have now allowed PlayStation to become the default console between those two. Again, we've got to exclude Nintendo because Nintendo don't count. But PlayStation's become the default console now. People just buy it to buy it. It's not like they're going, oh man, I've got to have those bangers. They're all buying COD and FIFA on it. That's all they're buying on it. And they're playing Fortnite and they're playing Rocket League and they're not buying it for the games. They never have. Not on PS1, not on PS2, not on PS... Actually, the funny thing is, my favorite PlayStation, the PlayStation 3, see how many games it had on the list? So the lowest selling PlayStation console, which still sold 85 million, and look how many games it had on that list. Had, I think, more than the PS2 did. Because the PS3 was when Sony first party was actually at their best and putting out variety and putting out cool stuff. And the PS3 has a surprising number of games on that list. But as someone else mentioned in the chat, PS2 was also a cheap DVD player.
Yeah.
PS3 was also a cheap Blu-ray player.
Yep.
That fluffed up their numbers a little bit as well.
That's interesting to me. Like, even the PS3 games that you're mentioning here, like, a lot of them are in the 2, 3, and 4 million copies.
Yeah.
Like, shit. MotorStorm, Pacific Rift, only sold 1 million copies.
Mm.
What the
And
fuck?
Xbox would be in the same boat. Xbox would have a lot of games like that only sell a couple of a mil here. Because again,
Infamous,
people weren't...
1.2, that's it.
Yep, I was one of them. I bought Infamous.
I mean, there are dates. Let's be fair here. There are dates as of here, and some of these haven't been updated since 2007. Or
Yeah, but they'd be relevant to
2004.
games that came out around then.
yeah, I suppose that's true. That's
Like,
mental
let's
to
be
me.
honest. Again, on Xbox and PlayStation, sales are front-loaded. Games on PlayStation and Xbox generally don't have tails like Nintendo's games do.
Brutal.
Nor do they have the
Nintendo-
revenue tail, because Nintendo's keep their value way more than anyone else.
Yes, that's Jesse. I think that's Jesse's dishes in the background.
No.
You hear the tap going.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. And I mean, nothing surprised me in that list. I was happy to see some things like where Shadowfall was and all that sort of stuff. Like, but nothing really shocked me. Like, none of it. Like, and anything people might use as a, oh, well, this game did this. Well, you're pointing at an exception. It's an exception. It's not a rule. Like,
Yeah. I'm just very surprised to not see games in the 40s and 50s, considering the user base of the console.
No, because that's not how PlayStations work. It's never, and again, it's not a knock. It's not a knock on PlayStation. Can't help what people choose to buy their console for. It is what it is. People buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo's games. And that's because Nintendo consoles never have third-party content. Like, all you can get is first-party content on Nintendo consoles.
So true, which is why you see 20, 30 million...
40, 50, Mario Kart 8 just continues to sell. It's at like 58 million or something like that. Like, someone put a side-by-side, a PlayStation fan account, mind you. I gave them a follow out of respect. I respect people that have a preferred platform but are more than happy to see the flaws and the reality of that platform. And I saw this account, the one that actually posted the list. I gave him a follow, man, because he was clearly a PlayStation fan, but he was more than happy to be like, yeah, well, PlayStation fans only buy one type of game, third person, over the shoulder, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, kudos.
Yeah.
Gave him a follow.
It makes the number, like, what was it? I think it was Forza Horizon 5. Like, yes, I acknowledge it's in Game Pass, so these aren't sales, but the fact that ticks over, what is it,
35 million or something.
Like, people that have actually played it and have played enough to tick it into the leaderboard. I mean, that's
but even Forza, we know it sold close to 10 million or more because the premium edition or something, like the player numbers in the first week. The player numbers in the first week were like 7 or 8 million, and you can only have that because it was early access, which means you had to have bought
gold or bought the gold upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, which drove people insane.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like,
so we know.
I wish this was a revenue list, because that is the actual important thing. Because people are just used to numbers being big. Like, oh, console sale numbers are big, they must be doing well, even though they're not. Or this game sold a ton, it must have been their best seller. But like the actual how much sold when it was full price and over time would be way more interesting than just these flat numbers. Though these flat numbers are illuminating on furthering the points we've tried to make about the platform in the past.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Let's not wax lyrical about its PlayStation.
No, but one thing I wanted to mention, that account on Twitter posted a side-by-side of just Switch top sellers, just the Switch, not every other Nintendo platform, just the Switch, and put it side-by-side with all of PlayStation. And the Switch just trounced it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely and that didn't include the Wii, which sold over 100 million, and that had games that sold in the 10s, 20s, 30 millions. Even the GameCube and the Wii, like the Wii U, right? The Wii U, Nintendo's biggest ever flop in terms of its major home consoles, sold as pretty much as low as the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
The Wii U, their biggest failure. Even on that console, Mario Kart 8 sold 8 million on a console install base of 12.
That's nuts. I mean,
that's got to be the best attach rate of just about any game ever in history.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm saying. People buy Nintendo consoles for Nintendo's games.
Yeah. And I think more publishers now, more indie game developers are realizing that I think in general, Xbox customers buy more games, regardless of Game Pass. They generally
they always have
buy a variety of games and spend more money.
That was one of the points I made last week. Was while Sony has the Apple Prestige, they have the Android payers, and Xbox has the Android Prestige, but the Apple payers. Like you get more per customer essentially.
Yeah. But Ubisoft used to always put out that data that showed that they made more money per user on Xbox, and I think EA at one stage was saying the same thing. That's just, again, that's not a knock on PlayStation. It's the result of being the default casual console that everyone just buys to buy. That's what happens. They buy their PlayStation because that's all they know. PlayStation. They buy COD and FIFA, and that's it. and they don't really give much more money beyond that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how they continue to sell 100 million consoles every generation.
It blows my mind when I meet friends of family and stuff that perhaps don't know me particularly, and they get chatting about games and stuff. You know, XboxEra comes up, and then they're always like, "Oh, you know, I have a PlayStation." I was like, "That's cool," you know. And then we get into like some discussion, and I'm like, "Did you know about Game Pass?" And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't have to buy." And then they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I just pay this much. I mean, arguably, I don't even have to really pay that, but I do this, and this is what I get. My kid gets this." And they're like, "What? Like, how?
Last
you
time,
just get all these games?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it blows their mind.
Last time you told this story, you got clipped for it.
Did I?
I reckon I reckon you're gonna get clipped again.
In what regard? Did I get clipped for it?
Yeah, you did. I
It's
saw
funny
a
because
clip
I
on
had this
Twitter about it.
conversation at Christmas with my partner's son's dad, and he's like, "What?" Go figure. Oh dear.
I hope people don't take any of what we've said as an attack. It's not an attack on
a
PlayStation. It's just stating what it is. It's just stating the reality. It's not a knock on their games. It's plenty of great games don't sell. It's not a knock on their games. It's not a knock on anything. It's just observing the reality of the situation. It's just it's a byproduct of being the default console.
Yeah,
people just buy it to buy it, and then I've got little cousins who went and bought PS4s, and all they ever played on it was Fortnite.
Yeah,
but then I have another cousin who was always Xbox, bought a PlayStation 4 just for Spider-Man. He's a massive Spider-Man fan in general, like has always been obsessed with Spider-Man since he was very little. So when a Spider-Man game came, he had to get a PS4 to be able to play Spider-Man. So you have your exceptions to the rule, and Spider-Man was always going to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Interesting stuff. But yeah. On the subject of sales, though, one of the other news tidbits that dropped this week was Steam dropped their Platinum Sellers list. And would you believe it? Mixed.
The worst game ever. The worst game ever made.
SEO Field was in the Steam top 12. In fact, despite Game Pass existing, many Xbox games were on the top 12 Steam list. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Yep, sorry, folks. It is a Microsoft first-party game. Starfield.
Now.
It just, oh, man. It cracks me up.
Starfield, like, anyone who watches this show will know that I could not give less of a shit about Starfield. Check my gamer tag. Never touch the game.
Yeah, no interest.
I don't understand, right? Why can't you be like me? If you hate Starfield, just stop talking about it. Just stop talking about it. I don't understand why everyone wants to talk about a game they supposedly don't like. And then you've got these other people that are like, I put 150 hours into this game and I hate it.
Yeah, 150 is on the low end.
What?
A lot of them are like
a
800
Steam
hours.
review
like what?
Nearly 900 hours played, and then they put at the end, don't recommend.
No.
It's like,
Hated this game.
Oh dear. But yeah, when I say the list, like Starfield and Modern Warfare 3 are in the platinum, right? So the best of the
top 12.
And then later on down the list, you've got Forza Horizon 5 at the silver level, Sea of Thieves, 2023 edition in there.
Another game I don't play.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 don't play.
Bronze, you had Spider-Man Remastered in there. Skyrim still in the bronze selling list, $6.99 on Steam right now.
But see, that's the thing. I understand. Like, I saw some of those PlayStation PC sales. I understand why most of those PlayStation games don't sell the greatest on PC, and it's because they put them on PC so long after the fact. Like, people just don't care by that time. Once PlayStation starts to put their games day and date on PC, you'll see much better sales.
Which they will.
Yes, you'll see much better sales. And Sony knows that deep down, but they've got their fanboys to worry about jumping off bridges when that happens.
Got a super chat from the man with the million.
I want to talk about this because I had noticed it, and then Rand sent me a DM with a couple of other accounts that were doing it, and I want to talk about it when we are done with this topic. We'll use this super chat to segue into that topic. Yeah. But what else sold on Steam? Suika Game?
Yeah.
No,
I think
It's not on there. It's
not even on there.
Hang on. What do we got?
Suika Game's not even on there.
It's not on there. It's not on there. Cyberpunk was in the Platinum. Counter-Strike 2, obviously. PUBG. Destiny 2, PlayStation first party title in the Platinum list. Hogwarts Legacy, Baldur's Gate. Sons of the Forest, Apex Legends, Dota 2, Lost Ark. I've never even heard of that.
Lost Ark is, I think it's like a Diablo-ish MMO RPG type thing.
Yeah, MMO RPG.
Very big, huge game.
Gold, Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto, Elden Ring.
Red Dead.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Animation did.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few Xbox and Game Pass games in, like Grounded is in there, and the Forzas, and it's.
But people still buy games, even though I buy games that are on Xbox when they go on sale. That's the best way to do it. So you get to play it day one on Game Pass, and then when it goes on sale for $30, $20, $10, you buy it. I bought Crackdown 3. One of the greatest games ever. Crackdown 3 is so good.
I'll say this. I tried to go back to Crackdown 1 and 2, and I couldn't do it. I tried going back to them. They're not
really
bad. They're not bad. I just prefer the movement and feeling in 3 so much more. With
three feels nicer.
Yeah, way harder to go back to 1 and 2 now.
They have to make a 4. Now, under new Xbox, give Crackdown one last chance under new Xbox. Under new Xbox with a good dev. Not that Sumo's not a good dev, but they were handed a shit show and had to make do with whatever they could of that shit show. So even if Sumo does it again, that's fine. But just give a dev the time, the budget, under new Xbox, new leadership, and just give us one last crack. Pardon the pun.
Down.
A Crackdown.
A Crackdown, a 4, and oh my god, like I just imagine like an Xbox showcase, and the screen goes black, and all of a sudden you hear the. I was like,
you'd be ecstatic, wouldn't you?
Oh my god.
I would have to mute you for the rest of that trailer because you'd be screaming so loud.
It'd be so good. Be so good. Okay.
Brilliant.
So
anyway,
do we go with the super chat?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a super chat from Rand. Nick, Jon, and Jesse, what's up with all these ex-PlayStation devs that are now insiders on Twitter that know everything Xbox is doing? Oh my god! So yes,
they know everything. Everyone's everyone's doing. They know. It's incredible.
This is a very recent trend, right? And let me explain how all this works. So out of nowhere, right? Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this was not long after. It was more, I think I noticed that after PlayStation had their disappointing showcases and state of plays and whatever. All of a sudden, there's the super secret one that's coming at the end of this show.
It's hidden in the external power brick.
Yeah. It's in the hidden DGPU.
GPU, man, that was the time. Those Xbox fanboys clinging onto the Xbox One. It's got secret power, honestly. Look.
So, not long after the disappointing PlayStation shows, all of a sudden these accounts started appearing on Twitter from these and that's the patent. That's the key. That's the secret. If you want to know, it's bullshit. They're all PlayStation devs, and I'll explain it. And all of a sudden, these ex-PlayStation devs are just like revealing all this info that they know about everything, about PlayStation, about Xbox, what's going on at Xbox. Oh, Blade is going to be exclusive to PS5, and Xbox is folding, and this is all.
Yep.
These guys know everything.
Blade was the last thing Sony was able to get exclusive.
Yeah,
somehow
yeah.
they leapfrogged the realistic games that actually existed in Redfall and Starfield.
Yeah.
And somehow went in the future and got Blade.
And did you hear? Insomnihack gave the rights to Ghost Rider to Bend Studio because Insomniac owns the Marvel licenses, right? Mm-hmm. So the pattern you've got to look for here. So what happens is you've got Twitter fanboys Gaff, Resetera, Icon Era posters, and what they do is they're all PlayStation fanboys because all those forums are exactly the same as each other, just with different color branding. And what they do is they Google names on LinkedIn and stuff of X. They do X. The reason they go for X PlayStation devs is because there's less chance of repercussions, right? And what happens is they do X PlayStation devs. So when you Google this person and say, oh, John Brown Naughty Dog, it shows up that there was a John Brown that used to work at Naughty Dog. And you're like, oh my God, this person must be legit. And this is the result of Elon removing proper verification now. You can just do this now. So they do X PlayStation devs and then they just start making stuff up. And everyone believes them because they're ex-PlayStation devs. So they must know what's happening at Xbox and everything that's going on at Xbox. How could they not? They're ex-PlayStation devs. And just all these accounts have started popping up out of nowhere. And they've all like created within the last 6 months. They're all like no followers. And they all have a similar posting style with the red alert sign saying breaking news. And just, oh my God, they're just... Like I said, one of them that Rand shown me was posting about how Insomnihack gave them rights to Ghost Rider. And I'm like, does this person not understand that Insomnihack doesn't own the rights to Marvel games? Like, it's not theirs to give the rights to someone. That's not how that works.
You have put more thought into it than the person who made this up did.
Yeah.
They just...
I
God.
don't understand. Like, I genuinely don't understand the enjoyment. And there's two types. There's a camp of people that are playing at personalities and having a laugh with it. Like, so you see these serious takes, and the reality is they're playing a part and being stupid, right, for fun. But then there are the ones that you think, no, you really believe this. You feel this in your heart of hearts. I do not understand how someone can be that invested in something like that. It's bizarre to me. Like
you see it all the time. You see it in sports. You see it in politics. You see it in religion. It's people who really
Q10 Clan.
Yeah, they make it their entire thing. It's their entire personality.
Q10 Clan in the chat. This does sound like people having a laugh. Nah, mate. They're not having a laugh. This is legit people. It's the same thing you see on Reset, right? And again, it's because PlayStation's had a bad year. That's why it's all happened this year. So these accounts, they're all astroturfing, viral marketing, damage controlling. It's like whenever you see bad news. Yeah, it's like whenever you see bad news about PlayStation, all of a sudden some rumor pops up on Resetera or Gaff about something bad happening on Xbox. It's all that. I don't think you get, like, PlayStation fanboys are full on. Like, they're all full on. Xbox fanboys, Nintendo... But PlayStation fanboys are like next level about, like it's nuts. Some of the stuff you see is like it can't just be, oh well, 2023 was a bad year for PlayStation. Let's move on. Maybe 2024 will be better. Nah, there's got to be a secret showcase, and Xbox has to be going third party, and Blade's actually exclusive to PS5, and because what happens is. The reason why everyone outside of PlayStation fanboys views PlayStation fanboys as the worst ones is because what I realized is that PlayStation, and it's partially fed to them, that like the gaming media validates their behavior by awarding all their games 10 out of 10s and calling them the best thing ever. So it validates the behavior. And what happens is because everyone tells them how amazing PlayStation is and how amazing PlayStation games are, there's a fundamental lack of understanding how everyone could not love... How could you not love PlayStation? How is that possible? How could you not love it? You must have something wrong with you for you to not love PlayStation. And that's where everything they do and everything they say comes from. It comes from that fundamental lack of understanding. Like, how could you not? PlayStation's amazing. Like, haven't you seen Metacritic?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen the Game Awards? PlayStation is amazing. How could you not love PlayStation?
Outsold Xbox 3-1 this year.
Yeah, 50 million consoles. How could you, like, it's objectively the best. How could you not love it? So when bad news happens, that it's almost like fight or flight. It just kicks in and it's like quick. 50 million consoles sold. We're the best. It doesn't matter that there's no games. 50 million consoles sold. Xbox is going third party. Haven't you heard? 2027. They're going. Like, it's just there's something there not quite right. Like, Nintendo fanboys can get full on too, but they just sit there and they're like, whatever. It doesn't matter that Nintendo's overcharging me. I'm going to buy it. Whatever. Xbox fanboys get really toxic and personal and weird too. But I also see Xbox fanboys tagging Xbox execs on Twitter because they respond, rightly or wrongly. They respond. So sometimes they'll have a dig too. But you won't see those PlayStation fanboys have a dig. There's no PlayStation execs to interact with.
Yeah.
Because they don't interact on social media, probably because of all the psychos that are
Pretty
out
much
there.
only Shu, and even then, it's just he posts, but I don't think he reacts.
Shu
often.
is hilarious. Shu is hilarious. I follow Shu and all his, like when he was in Melbourne, I saw him tweeting from his hotel and I was like, hey, I know that smart. And I was just like, Shu is very funny in the way, if you watch how he tweets, he just tweets like your uncle. He tweets like your uncle would tweet. It's very, very funny.
The uncle that doesn't quite understand Twitter or
social media. Yeah. He's hilarious. But yeah, it's just that's the problem. PlayStation, it's not possible for PlayStation to have bad news because PlayStation's the best. How can it have bad news? It's the greatest.
I think it's in part fueled by as well the constant framing of the media, right? Like you've got
PlayStation's the greatest.
Constant, like negative news cycle, SEO field bait of this sucks and there's a problem here, but then there's never. 2023 is a great year for it, and I'm super curious to see what the conversation is around 2024 because I remember very fondly in 2022 the conversation was all about how Microsoft is terrible, very weak year. 2023, this is the most important game, Starfield, blah 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 blah, and they've had a dead year. And well, yeah, okay, look, aside from Spider-Man 2, you could make an argument perhaps that 2023 has been a very rough year for Sony.
It has been though, but that's okay.
Will we see that narrative and framing online?
No,
maybe not yet.
No,
still got their cachet of goodwill, haven't they?
And that's what I mean about the gaming media validates their behavior.
They've earned that trust.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that they only put out one game this year or two games. It doesn't matter. But when Xbox puts out 2 or 3, oh man, what a year for Xbox. Only 2 or 3 games they made. That's it. Jeez. Shut up shop. Just close it all down.
Marmalade in chat is like they only had a weak first party, but third party exclusive hold them up. It's like none of them sell that great. Like what they're doing is maintaining. They're not growing because they need, like, having a Final Fantasy 16 sell 4 or 5 million copies is cool, but then that's it. It's done. It's not going to make you more money over time, really. Expansions have dog shit, amount of people that do it compared to what bought the game. Like, they don't have their own constant revenue sources to rely upon. They have to rely upon third-party ones they're not in control of, multiple of which the biggest are owned by their direct competitor now with Minecraft and Call of Duty. So, but yes, we do have a super chat.
Yeah, DeoGame. It's even better. These guys use AI images and fake names. I checked Moby Games for all of them. Nobody by the same name or the same gameography. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't realize they were fake. I don't know if they're fake or not. My assumption was
both. Mostly they do the fake now because they kept getting caught for trying to be real people.
Yeah, I assume they went after ex-PlayStation devs that had no social media presence because then there's less repercussions. Like, my assumption was that they would look up a person who's recently left, see if they've got social media. If they don't, create an account in that name and start spreading the bullshit. But when you see those accounts, they're not real. It's like it'd be like a Resetera poster or a Gaff poster or just a Twitter fanboy making an account to try and damage control.
Or two. And you see them following each other. They literally follow one person.
Yeah,
It's their
yeah,
other
yeah.
fake account. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just essentially born from an inability to accept that there might just be some bad news for PlayStation every now and again. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world.
It's good when things go up and down, because then it just means they keep pushing each other. Like, that's what we as consumers should want, is for them all to keep pushing each other and not just one completely dominates all the time.
I mean, have a look. Xbox had a bad 2022, and here we all are, still alive, still okay. We survived. We made it through the trauma. It's all right. It's okay.
Bro,
It's
Xbox
fine.
fans have made it through 2017 to now, or 2013 to now. Like we're used to
It's fine.
the rough
Look,
years. It's fine.
It's okay. Like, it's fine to just accept that it wasn't a great year and move on and hope for better. There's plenty of games to play.
I wish
okay.
that was the approach taken for everything, including games themselves. Why can't games be just games? Why do we have to attach like the entire platform's agenda and reach onto one singular title? And I think that segues us nicely into the next topic, because it's happening again, Nick.
Move over, Starfield. Move over, Starfield.
SEO field is done.
The Simpsons lamb meme. The Simpsons lamb meme with a lamb tries to come back into the picture. That's Starfield, and then Homer's like, "Get out of the way, you!" Because it's Hellblade 2's turn.
Yeah, it's Hellblade 2's turn to be the most important game.
It's make or break for the entire platform.
That's it, mate. Xbox is done. If Hellblade 2, I mean, look, Starfield already underwhelmed with its 83 Metacritic, which is a terrible score.
Mixed reviews.
Now Xbox is hanging by a thread now, thanks to Starfield.
Technically,
that's it now. Hellblade.
You can say Starfield was an 86 Metacritic on PC, because that's not where it got review bombed after the initial embargo.
Oh, okay. But now Hellblade 2, mate, it needs that game. It's all on the line now. It's all on the line. Xbox is Gwen hanging from the web in the Amazing Spider-Man. Is Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2? I can't remember.
Not in 2. In 2, she's fallen. He tries to stop her and poof, hits the head.
Xbox is Gwen, and Hellblade is Spider-Man. Just
diving
holding
after
on. Yeah. Hellblade has to be everything.
There's two. I always like, we're content creators at the end of the day. We're not journalists, right? Okay.
No, certainly not.
Throwing that out there, right? But look, the reason XboxEra exists is because we actually play on the platform, right? So we actually know about
some of us do
the platform. We know about the development teams. You know, we understand what's going on. And when I read stuff that frames things like this, it irritates the shit out of me. But you know, there's this kind of like unspoken rule, I think, in general, is that, you know, there's no direct criticism of one another unless you've got like 100,000 followers on Twitter, in which case you can go send your mob after them, right? So I'm not gonna post links, but there's a couple of like amusing articles that have released recently that have some interesting framing of this topic, right? So, you know, we're joking about Hellblade 2 being lined up about being the next Starfield in terms of its importance to Xbox. And, you know, one article was talking about how its value can't be understated. And, you know, now the shoe's on the other foot, and, you know, PlayStation fans have to do it. And it's imperative that this exclusive becomes as important. And it's like, why does it have to be framed like that?
Why can't it just be a game? Let's just worry about the game being good. Let's just worry about the game being good.
One of the reasons is how what we found out with Spider-Man and PlayStation is where everything they do is a moonshot. And if they do miss, it's devastating. So when it comes to Xbox, the shift in style where they don't do enormous budgets, they try to have not overly long periods, but like Ninja Series still not that big. They've built their own stuff. They do their own stuff. They're not on California spending $40 million on cutscenes. They're doing it all in-house. in LA in their new
Yep.
studio. Like there's price, there's cost, there's money put into it. But as we saw with the the court case, there's also really strict budgeting at Xbox, and they're not allowed to lose money unless they get the okay, which they had to do to lose $1.5 billion on selling consoles, essentially at a loss doing sales. Like they balance their budgets enough, and they haven't had their costs jump up as much from what we've seen because they keep, like that is the thing with PlayStation. They should be doing okay. They're making a lot of money. They're just not keeping most of it. Nintendo doesn't make anywhere near as much, but keeps way higher of a percentage. And Microsoft and like Xbox is in that in between where they're not nearly as bad as Sony, but they're trying to get closer to Nintendo. And so they do varied budgets. They don't moonshot everything. And even like a Clockwork Revolution being a much bigger budget for an Exile is probably not coming anywhere close to what a God of War or Spider-Man is going to end up being. But the media mostly covers those big tentpole GTA 6s and stuff that are $1 billion game. Like, you got to realize, I highly doubt Hellblade 2 has anywhere near that budget. So in the end, it can't be as important because it doesn't have as much riding on it monetarily, and
but why would an entire platform? Yeah, but why would an entire platform have to rely on one game anyway, especially one that's built on a subservice?
I know.
That's the ridiculous framing of it, right? And notwithstanding the fact that Hellblade 1 was a very pretty, yes, indie title.
Shoestring budget. Yeah.
That was extremely linear, had it was I think it's serviceable is a good word to use here. Serviceable, satisfying combat, but it wasn't complex. It didn't have a huge amount of depth to it.
But
it won awards. It won awards for its tackling of mental health and the way it depicted it through unique audio and all of that jazz, right? But it was a 6-hour game, really, wasn't it? Something like that. I think I did it in 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe tops. Right? There's nothing here to say that Hellblade 2 is waltzing in as some 30-hour with an RPG skill tree. Do you know what I expect? I expect a refined and improved more of the same. That's what I expect from Hellblade 2. Like more set pieces, a slightly bigger, more gorgeous, but the same general feel, and it's going to be a one and done, right? It is not, Microsoft's answer to God of War or Microsoft's answer to The Last of Us. The only thing it has in common is that it's incredibly pretty, and yes, it's a third person over the shoulder game. That's where it seems like the media just make this. Let's just make this comparison. Let's just line these up, and guess what happens when you do that, folks? And you run that narrative in over and over and over for 6 months. Oh, it didn't live up to the expectations that we set for it.
Yeah. Didn't live up to it. I mean, I said it with Starfield and got clipped and everything for it. And what ended up happening? What have we been seeing for the last 4 or 5 months about Starfield? Exactly what I said. That it didn't live up. It's disappointing. It's this. Hellblade will cop the same thing. Then Fable will be the one after Hellblade. It'll be Fable.
And then Perfect
Dark. After Fable, it'll be Perfect Dark. Then after Perfect
Dark, we go.
After Perfect Dark, it'll be Blade because Blade is the Marvel exclusive, the big Marvel exclusive. So Blade will be the one after that.
There'll be a Gears, and there'll be a Halo, and there'll be things we don't know. Elder Scrolls 6.
That's it.
Like
the next Halo,
Indie.
It's going to be the last one. Next Halo is going to be the last one. If it doesn't hit, it's going to be the last one, last Halo. And then
I'm just going to clip that and pretend like you're actually saying it.
Yeah, inside scoop. Next Halo is going to be the last.
You
Halo.
won't be a suspect source on this one on Push Square, whatever that was.
Oh no! Was I a suspect source when I leaked the entire state of play?
No, but you were a suspect source about.
Source then?
No, but you are a suspect source about the God of War trilogy. That is what you're known as. We have 2 super chats now.
We do. One from Jason, which is a bit of a segue. So maybe we do Rand's one and then we'll do Jason's.
And that's why I didn't read Jason's because it was a little bit of a segue that could lead to its own topic. Randall Thor, another super chat. Wow, Round's being very generous today. Come on, Nick. This is totally the chalkboard meme thing from back in the day from Gaff. You remember, right? What game would save the PS3 Wii U? Every new exclusive was the most important one and would save the system. Yes, that was the chalkboard meme on Gaff. So
I saw it on Resetera the other day as well. funny
Yeah,
enough.
Killzone 2 will save the PS3. The Order will save the PS3. This. That's the same thing. It's that meme reimagined, but it's that meme, but it's left the forums and it's now out. It's gone beyond the forums and it's now out in the real world in gaming media.
History is
what it
cyclical.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like, I saw
everything
one
has to
outlet
save Xbox.
Refer to Starfield as the most important launch for Xbox since Halo 3 in 2007.
Yeah.
But, it's 2023 was good, but the urgency to succeed in 2024 remains because the mixed reception for Starfield. I'm like,
It made a ton of monning. Like if the important thing for a company is making money, it made a ton of money, and it's
and it
also
was so
just
good in 83. Like, how's that mixed? I don't understand.
well, it's because some big
well,
names were like 3, 4, 5, and so at that point it becomes mixed
Well,
because you
it all
look at the bigger
depends on
games
your-
and they don't go below 7 really.
It all depends on your platform, yeah. So the first Spider-Man, was like an 80.
7,
What was it? I think it's like an 80. Was it 87?
I think so.
And that's a banger. That's a banger Spider-Man. Like at 87. Yeah, at 87. But then a Halo game at 87, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute trash.
Diablo at 88 is now looked at as absolute trash because it didn't have a great end game and it had a weak first season. But the actual thing people reviewed of the 150 to 250 hours you can put into the campaign was incredible and still is. It was a great story, really well written, super fun to play, but the narrative just shifted, especially once it became apparent Xbox was going to own Blizzard. The narrative shifted.
Halo
and that's
Infinite's
just
at
how people look
87.
at it. Yeah.
Halo Infinite's an 87.
No,
and
it's
it's
a
trash
terrible
game.
game now.
It's a trash game. But Spider-Man at 87, banger.
Or Death Stranding at
Absolute
81,
banger
Game of the Year nominee.
and system seller.
It's
And,
bonkers.
and
to me.
this is what I mean. Why can't they all just be games that are games? Like, why does everything have to have this extra weight attached to it? It's either got to save a platform, or it's got to be a system seller, or it's got to be this, or it's got to be that. Why can't they just be games?
Yeah.
Why can't they just be games? Halo Infinite, we liked it, despite its issues. All games have issues, and that both
We never reviewed
Spider-Man
the
and Halo
multiplayer.
Infinite sitting at 87. Both very good games. Both very good games. And why can't they just both be very good games?
That's
Why
the question, I
is Halo
think
Infinite trash?
Everyone needs to ask themselves
Money.
a little bit that does that kind of thing online. But hey ho. Should we segue into Jason's super chat? Have a little topic on this. We're
Yeah,
going with the
let's
flow
segue into
tonight. We're going with the flow.
Yeah, okay.
Last one.
Jason, one Xbox exclusive you're looking forward to in 2024, and one thing you want from the platform more broadly. For me, it's an upgrade of the achievement system. Yeah, everyone wants that.
I don't. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I don't.
A
Don't get
game I'm
achievements.
looking forward to in 2024, an Xbox exclusive.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. I believe in you.
Do you like
can
Castle
this.
Crashers? You'd probably be into Towerborn to play
South-
with for fun.
South of Midnight.
Yeah.
2024. But I was told that
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is more likely to come out than South of Midnight or Clockwork Revolution.
You might see
doubt it.
Indiana Jones this year, but I don't think you're going to be playing it.
No.
No, that trailer
unless
was a
you're doing a preview.
recruitment trailer.
Yep.
That was a recruitment trailer for Indy.
Yeah, and that when was that? 2020?
No, I thought it was
Yeah, 2020 or
2021.
2021.
One of
Yeah.
those. But either way,
Yeah.
yeah, not this year, kids.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
South of Midnight. The rumblings on South of Midnight are that that's way further along than everyone thought it was.
shh, you might spoil it. Shh. But yes, no, you're right.
What? I'm not spoiling
joking.
anything.
I'm joking. I'm joking with my shush. Don't take it. It's not a serious shush.
Yeah, the rumblings on South of Midnight are that one could be the surprise 2024 release.
Yeah.
And it would be a surprise because we only saw that trailer last year, and it was just
Correct.
what appeared to be that.
No, we saw that
CG.
trailer this year.
Oh
Yeah, for a few more
this
days.
year. Yes, you're right. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Sorry.
It's not 2024
it's,
yet.
It's literally New Year's Eve
Yeah,
today.
we've got the game, the 2023 wrap up we're gonna go through, and I was going through and looking at it, like, yeah, that was this year. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
My God.
Yes.
I'm with
so
you on
it-
South of Midnight. I think that's
that trailer, man. Like,
that's
And
a
as I've
complete-
said-
that's a vibe.
As I've said many times, by the time you got to the end of We Happy Few, I was in. I was like, I want the next thing they make now that they're bigger and they've got Microsoft's backing and they're not desperately just trying to get this roguelike procedural thing out. It was so good by the second. First DLC good, second DLC really good, and third DLC phenomenal in that game.
Yeah, and here's the thing with South of Midnight, right? Is again, like this is what I like. This is a positive for me, and it might not be for you listening or watching right now, right? But you don't know what the scale of South of Midnight is. What if it's a smaller scale?
I thought that was the rumor. I thought the rumor
that's
was.
what I mean. It's a smaller
Yeah.
scale game like Hi-Fi Rush, right? And
hope
hey,
so.
guess what? When did the last We Happy Few DLC release? I want to say 2021.
I thought it was 2019.
Might have even been 2019. Yeah, God, that's a long time ago. Like, what's to say that isn't a surprise smaller title that's going to drop at some point this year? But yeah, like, and again, you watch the. And this is the thing: Microsoft deliberately making these smaller, punchier, more unique, differentiating, interesting games in interesting locations with different ideas and art styles is why I like the platform predominantly.
I really like the super chat from Risk It for the Biscuit. It segues
Risk
in
it for the
nicely.
biscuit. South of Midnight needs to sell at least 30 billion to save the platform and make the Xbox Series S viable and Game Pass profitable, or they in trouble.
Yeah, honestly, it's my most exciting game that I'm looking forward to. That I think is coming up sooner than one might
Looks
think.
so good.
But
I want the game to look like that. I want it to look exactly like what that trailer was showing.
Well, in my preparation for the article that I'll be dropping on New Year's Day, UK time, so sorry, Australia, which is our 2024, what we think is actually going to happen from an Xbox perspective. I did a little bit of research, and that trailer wasn't, computer animated to look like what they want the game to look like. That was an in-engine pre-rendered cutscene. So I would say to you, Nick, that is indeed what the game is targeting.
And the game is supposed to
from a
be
visual
third
perspective.
person
Whoa.
as well, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, Deep South. I mean, what a locale to set it in. Oh, I can't wait.
I hope it's good. I hope
yeah.
it's good. It's my most anticipated game from them coming within the next year or two, because again, there are so many games that are probably years and years out.
Yeah.
In terms of stuff that we believe is within the next 12 to 18 months, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, and it's worth saying as well that, we mentioned it on last week's show, Microsoft is at the point where their roadmap is beyond a decade here, beyond a decade out, right? To the point where Blade, as an example, could very well be a next-gen release title, right? From a target timeline perspective. So bear that in mind when you look at all these cool games. Yes, it's cool that we as consumers of the platform and fans of games have a general understanding of what their direction is, and it's lovely to look at on fun infographics and stuff like that and have little list wars on Twitter. But these games take a long time to make, and some of the bigger ones, you're looking at 5 years probably. Some of the smaller ones, maybe a 3-year development cycle. But I think 2024, other things that you probably want to consider: Contraband, Avalanche Studios. Rage 2 was the last game they released, 2019. We saw a trailer for it at the 2021 showcase, maybe 2020.
Yeah, 2020 or 2021.
I think it was
that
2021.
trailer was amazing.
2021. It was 2021.
Oh, it was 2021.
That trailer, man. It was
Great
just
trailer.
Steely Dan. It was such a good choice of song for that vibe that they were going for. The trailer showed nothing. Don't get me wrong. The trailer showed absolutely nothing.
I mean, it told you what it was. 1970s, set in a fictional place.
It was a tone
co-op
piece.
heist.
It was a tone piece
Yeah.
trailer, but it was it was such a good one. I hope that game's not vaporware.
I
No,
know
I
it
don't
is.
think
hope
it
that
is.
There
game's
reason to
not
think it is.
vaporware.
They are in a position
And,
now where if something's announced, it can take time. They have so much coming where I do think it might make them less likely to work with you. But if it takes you a while to get something out, they'll let you take the time, essentially.
Yeah. That's the good thing. That's a good thing. And other ones to call out, like we know there are things we know, right? We know our History Untold, we know Towerborn, we know Avowed, we know Flight Sim 2024, we know Hellblade 2, we know Call of Duty. Yep, guess what, folks? Xbox own that now. That's a hell of a first party slate, and that's just the stuff we 100% kind of set in stone know about. Right?
Two really big things that have been announced as well are Diablo Lord of Hatred, which is going to be a huge expansion,
Yep.
and the World of Warcraft expansion. I forget the name of it, but it's like being pumped up as one of their biggest, like in a
The
while.
War Within or something like that. And Starfield Shattered Space is going to come. That's another big expansion for Starfield 2024. But other things to consider, ladies and gents. Everwild. Now, John, what the fuck are you talking about? Revealed XO 2019, rebooted internally. I think the last report from our friends at VGC back in 2021, some leadership changes, some new people put in. I think Greg Moyles is in there now. And the developers, according to that report 2 years ago, were targeting a 2024 release date. Is that going to land? I don't know.
I would love to hear the story of what has gone on with Everwild. Like, you know, I first heard years and years and years ago from a source I trust, a source that's given me plenty of stuff that's been accurate, that there was a chance Everwild would sneak into launch day for Series X. That is the first thing I ever heard about Everwild.
Wow.
From a source that I trust. They were like, this may sneak into launch. Which makes me wonder the stuff that's gone on with. And I said this, I think I said it on our podcast back then, that it may sneak into launch. It may be a launch title. I said it.
I think
because that's what I'd heard.
From some of the rumor and the scuttlebutt was that, there's apparently a desire for the game to not have what would be traditionally labeled as combat, which is, if you look at games in general, combat is primarily, we point at something and we destroy it. It's primarily the way we interact with games as a medium. And there was a desire to kind of focus more on other ways of interacting with the world. And I think it was just Rare figuring out, okay, we've got this cool vibe, we've got this cool art style, we've got this cool music. Like, what are we actually making? And we heard all sorts of rumors, right? We heard God game elements, we heard Pokemon, but grown-ups version of it, and we don't know, frankly, what the end result will be. But I Rare make incredibly unique games. I think they've learned a lot from the co-op shared world style of Sea of Thieves, and I'm intrigued to see what Everwild ends up being. But yeah, who knows if that's going to land? That might land. We don't know. So we can put it on the list.
I keep hearing so many different things about it.
Yeah.
All of them sound cool. All of them sound cool enough. There's one thing in particular that I hope is true, that I've heard about it. But again, just there's so much different stuff out there that it's hard to know, what's legit and what's not.
And one last one I'd throw out there, and then we've got a super chat to tackle. I think we'll close this topic off. And this was pointed out to me today by one of my team as I'm putting together this article. I'm like, hey, any other call outs for games? And Proven on our team, he was like, what about Forza Horizon 6? And I'm like, wait, has it been 3 years? Yep, it will be by the time November 2024 rolls around. Now, traditionally,
give it a
Forza
break.
Horizon have had a 2-year dev time. Forza Horizon 5 was the first 3-year one, thanks, I think, or 4, maybe longer because of COVID. But if Fable Playground have been back on the case, they've got 2 teams. One's working on Fable, one's continuing with Forza Horizon. Who's to say that we won't get summer comes along? Here's Forza Horizon 6. It's launching in 3 months. Have a nice time. I mean, just look at, like, if you add all those maybes in as a first party slate for a year, It's fucking insane.
I do like how Nick
Like,
keeps saying,
none
give
of
it a
it
rest to their
counts.
most successful game. Give it a rest.
I agree. I agree in terms of like it feels personally to me like progressively I've played less of each Forza Horizon as they've come out. Like Forza Horizon 2, I was like, fucking God, what is this? I don't normally like racing games.
I never played 2.
That I was on all night with friends. We were just having a laugh. It was really solid. Forza Horizon 3, loved it. Loved the setting.
Played
obviously,
3.
Nick.
Played 3.
Forza Horizon 4 again. Oh, UK, cool. And then
Barely
5, I
touched
was
it.
kind of like, looks gorgeous. And then kind of just played less and less of each of them. So there's a bit of me that's got like, you know, but I think from a sales perspective, we were talking about it earlier in the show. 35 million players, a cross-gen game. Forza Horizon 5. It released on Xbox One. Well, okay, you want to come play Forza Horizon 6? You got to series only consoles and PC. Sorry, come and make the jump across Forza players.
What will 6 look like?
if it's series consoles only,
If it's next gen only, what will 6 look like?
Just look at Fable, the thing that people say, well, I got to see in game. I got to see what the gameplay is like, and then they come out and they're like, this was gameplay on Series X. By the way, it's only little snippets of it, but this is what it looks like. It's like, yeah, no, it's going to look insane. I don't know. It's a possibility. There's a Forza Horizon this year, so fine. I mean, they've been better and better for me every time. For me, I love map games. You guys don't. But with the 6,
will it finally be set in Japan? That's what a lot of fans have been clamoring for.
Until they if you actually look at Japan and how Japan's set up, it'd have to be a very
but it's
fictional.
a fictional world.
But
it's
no,
like a
but
fictional Japan.
You can just like remember, Australia is a massive country, and what did they do? They compressed it and did it in segments. There's no reason you couldn't do the same with Japan. So you have an open road, mountainy driving part like near Mount Fuji and whatever, and then you can have your inner city street racing with heaps of neon everywhere, and it would look amazing. It would look amazing.
And that's what I mean. Like, if you treat Forza Horizon as a system seller, which I'm sure when Microsoft are looking at the numbers, they're like, yeah, this is like one of our key IPs for actual retention of people that play games. Yeah, like I'd seriously consider, let's make them make the jump, see if we can sell some consoles.
It snuck up on us. But Forza Horizon is like a major gaming IP. Like
huge.
To the point where it got mentioned in the Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem.
It did, yeah. I remember. I was like, what?
It's a mainstream, and because I don't see it that way, that took me by surprise.
We saw the growth. Like we saw 1, people loved it, but it was a smaller thing. 2, people liked it quite a bit, still pretty small. But then 3 took off, 4 went crazy, and 5 is even bigger. And I do think they will be in a position. I don't think they're gonna feel tied to the release cadence like they used to.
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah, because of just how different first party is now. First party is so goddamn big. It is going to come down to, well, we've got like 30 other studios. Who else is working on a game that might kind of be like a casual friendly racer? We'll probably want to spread them out. If very close genres, I think they'll work on spreading out. Very big budgets, they'll work on spreading out. But outside of that, they're going to have a ton of overlap on release dates, which I think people can be like, well, why don't they just do it then? It's like, well, because it wasn't ready then. You set a date, you go for that date, and it just tends up to coincide when you got 50 teams working on games. Like, it's going to be
I'm
redonkulous.
Super intrigued to see what it is. But there you go. There's some ideas in answer to that super chat, was a hell of a tangent. But for the full list and everything that we think, keep an eye out on the channel here.
Did we do the Cypher type one?
Well, that's the next one.
I've got that ready. To close this out.
Yeah.
Cypher Type 1 with a super chat, also a member. I think that Xbox is holding true to not revealing games that are years away from release. So Fable, Clockwork, and Midnight may be sooner than thought.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't think. Well, I don't think. I think that the June showcase was things closer. Their moonshots are the Game Awards, where Disney's like, "Hey, it's the Blade anniversary. We want to announce Blade way too early," and they're like, "Okay, fine," because they wouldn't do it on their own. But
it's
they're
also
working
a
with
recruiting
Disney.
call as well for Blade.
But they did the same for indie. They announced indie super early. It seems to be a Disney thing where they want to put those recruiting trailers out.
And turns out even Wolverine was really early.
Wolverine,
people didn't think it was.
That's right. Look at Wolverine. Wolverine's trailer was 2022. Was it?
I
2021.
think it was 2021. The same time there's Spider-Man
was
2
either-
and Wolverine or something.
Oh, yes, that's right. So that was 20, and that game's not coming till 2026.
Yeah.
So it seems to be a Disney mandated thing where Disney wants those games announced nice and early to get the word out there and help recruit the best possible people to make the best possible game. That's how it comes across to me.
I think you're right. I mean, they did it with that they had their games thing that Blessing
Star
hosted.
Wars.
Yeah.
The Ubisoft Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Both of them. They were like, "Yep, we're signing a deal for the 2," and it was just a piece of paper on a friggin' tweet.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like, so yes, in some ways, I think this is the beauty of the gargantuan behemoth that Microsoft's first party teams are now, is there are going to be instances where they completely come out of the blue, Hi-Fi Rush style, and be like, surprise, it's a game, it's out in 2 weeks, or it's out today, or something crazy, right?
Imagine
But
if
I
they
think-
did that with South of Midnight.
Oh, like, well,
At the January direct, like
I'd be-
Hi-Fi Rush.
I'd be up
Can
all
you
night.
imagine? Oh my god!
I would
Yeah, you gotta-
probably call in sick the next day and be like,
You've got to get that review out, Jesse. Got to get that review out
Set the
first to
tone.
make sure we set the tone. Can't have people shitting on it for having the stop motion-y animation
childlike
style.
graphical
Oh
style.
no! Got it. Got to make sure we get that 9.5 or 10 out of 10 out there.
Yeah, but like,
It's gotta
like,
make sure.
I can say, I can say pretty confidently, like, Fable is a 2025 release target. It's not this year. Like, no fucking way.
You reckon
Clockwork-
2025? I reckon
Yeah.
even further out than that.
No, I
don't
think 2025 is a reasonable target for
When it
those
was in the
guys.
show
Clockwork-
in June, I don't think it's beyond 2025. I think end of 2025 is probably what that show was aiming for.
It's probably their full game in 2025. That's the goal, I think. Clockwork, I think, is 2026. But Midnight is one where I think, yeah, that was a very competent trailer. No, it wasn't dated. Art style's
I don't-
locked in. I think it's a small
Matt
scope
Booty
game.
talked about Clockwork Revolutions that they had that trailer ready for the last year's show. So I
Wow.
don't think Clockwork is as far out either.
Mm.
Because what they
Interesting.
were
Yeah,
doing was
well-
Wasteland 3, which was essentially done. But then Microsoft, they were like, can we have more money and time? And Microsoft said, here you go. Like the Double Fine thing of, if you ask for more money, yeah, boom, he'll just say, sure. So they just added to Wasteland, which was already done. And then
That makes me laugh.
they got bought because of the pitch of Clockwork Revolution, which makes me feel like they were ready to go all in on it pretty quickly. So it might not be that far off.
It's interesting. I just love it. I love the era that we're in now, where instead of wondering, what are Microsoft going to release this year? It's always like, what aren't they going to release? Like, fuck.
When
so
is all
much.
this stuff going to release? Like, as
Yeah.
in, how are they going to space it all out?
And on
There's
that
another super
subject,
chat.
Keep an eye on XboxEra.com come New Year's Day, because we're going to have a little something relevant to this topic of discussion, just dropping for you to have a little browse through. But yes, anyway, so another super chat, please.
Yeah, another
Please,
super.
sir.
Jordan White. Playground. Please make your own successor to Burnout with amazing takedowns, but make it a battle royale like F-Zero 99 or like Forza has now.
Yeah, theirs is
What's
more
that
the
for?
eliminator, isn't it? But yeah,
Yeah,
like
more
having the
race focused.
takedowns and the slow-mo and the destruction. Yeah, I'd love that.
I don't know if they'd be allowed to do blowing. It would have to be, if it's in Forza, it's gonna have to be fake cars because you're not allowed to blow up real ones very often.
Yeah, it's against
They
the
get away with
licensing
more
agreement.
damage. Like Gran Turismo doesn't really do damage at all, but Forza does beat up cars, and I think they've kind of slowly talked manufacturers into letting
I
them.
find it so weird how car manufacturers put that rule in place. What's with that? What's like?
You're
I'm trying to
letting
understand.
it's supposed well, it's advertising to show your car in the best light, essentially for them.
Okay, so do they just think that everyone crashes their cars in these games?
It's just what if they did, and then our car looks like shit, and people are putting a picture out there, and who knows? It's executives who don't understand video games and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Jesus.
But yeah, there you go. That's that topic nicely rounded off. So now's a good time for a little housekeeping.
Okay, can I hold on? Can I say something? I just saw something in the chat.
Go on.
Brett Bingham. I don't know anything, mate. Brett Bingham's like, Nick knows it is before. I saw that. No, it is much sooner than you think. Look from Nick. I don't know it's before. These are the rumors that are out there. This has nothing to do with me. These are rumors that are out there that Clockwork Orange.
Sure thing, rumor man.
Stand Kubrick's back.
South of Midnight is supposed to be like sooner than we all think.
Yeah.
Like it's got nothing to do with me. And I was just speculating about I said, how cool would it be if, because John mentioned the Hi-Fi Rush thing. So I'm like, how cool if South of Midnight did that?
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Yep.
I'd love that. I really want that game. That's all.
I also
It's
really want
nothing
that
more
game.
than
If
that.
it's ready, just, fuck the preamble. Let them take that gamble again. Just drop that shit.
Just drop it.
Drop it straight
Just drop
onto the
it.
Game Pass. Lovely.
There's no point. I feel like, again, because with Xbox, I feel like there's no point having all these long traditional marketing hype cycles, because then it just gives outlets a chance to
shit on your game.
Oh, it's got to be so important. Oh, it doesn't look very good. Don't give them that chance.
Yeah.
Don't give them that
Hi-Fi
chance.
Rush really fought against that and won that fight
Yeah,
easily.
destroyed it.
Yeah.
Destroyed
And
it.
their thing they're going to focus on is just they need to get Game Pass into the collective consciousness of people out there.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
if you saw a cool trailer for South of Midnight, but hey, it's out today and it's a digital only
Oh.
release on Game Pass. Oh.
Could you imagine if that's what they had done with South of Midnight? So they never showed that trailer earlier this year, and they did the same thing they did with Hi-Fi Rush. So let's just say that they do a January direct in 2024, and that's the first time you're seeing the South of Midnight trailer, and everyone's like, "Ooh, look at this! How cool does this look?" And then it's like, out now. You'd be like, "Oh, like, come on, that would just be the coolest thing ever if that's how they first introduced it. How
Yeah.
cool would that be?"
Oh, another
I
super
love
chat.
when those stars
Brisket with a
align and they
biscuit.
can do stuff.
Breaking. Make sure you got to have the red siren emojis. Breaking. Nick says South of Midnight releases in December
December
2023.
Coming out tomorrow.
Hey, there's South
Let's
of Midnight
go.
coming now. Yes.
Oh man.
Cypher Type 1. Hi-Fi Rush was shadow dropped and won a game award. Shadow drop everything. Lol. Yeah. Bloody oath. Don't give them a chance to hate the game. Don't give them a chance.
Yeah.
Just drop it.
Even Forza Motorsport 1 too. Got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. One more than Spider-Man did.
Yep.
Great fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Please hit that like button, people.
and it
Come
also-
on. There's like 250 plus people watching. There's only 91 likes. Like, help me out. Help a brother out.
And the last
that
thing
like
about what's coming in 2024 is there are so many studios we don't know what they're making. What's id making? What is the ZeniMax Online next game? There'll be another Elder Scrolls expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. Like there are so many freaking teams that they have that we don't actually know exactly what it's going to be, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
God damn it, Nick.
Anyway, in other news, my friends.
Other news.
Put your
I
hands
noticed
together.
Fire Monkey's in the chat.
I did. I wonder why he's here.
I wonder why he's here.
In other news, put your hands together and celebrate, not just because it's the end of the year, because today, at least in the UK and in the US, it was Bobby Kotick's last day as CEO of Activision Blizzard King.
Took his
Bobby.
15 million.
And he's out of there. Golden parachute.
Ciao for now.
The new thing
Ciao
is
for
to
now.
complain that Microsoft should have held off the money that he was contractually owed. I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Mm.
They can't.
Because it had everything to do with Microsoft. It's Microsoft giving him that money. It's
Yeah.
actually coming out of Satya's own personal bank account.
He handed it to him in a
Yeah.
giant
With
sack
a thank you note. Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
kiss on the cheek.
But yeah, so see you later, Bobby. He's out. And after all of that, Blizzard and NetEase reached a new agreement. Which because I remember reading this, was it last year or earlier this year? Like they were tearing down a Warcraft.
They
statue
smashed
or some
down a
shit.
huge statue on stream. Yeah, because essentially it seems to have been Bobby Kotick had a mistranslation on something and then said "fuck 'em" and or allegedly said that and it destroyed the whole
Allegedly.
relationship, and they were very upset over at NetEase, and they smashed down some big WoW statue they had. And the moment he's out,
Bobby
they
would never
immediately signed
talk
back
like
up.
that about people, would he?
He would never tell someone
Surely-
to kill an employee,
No.
like was alleged on Twitter.
No. Bobby would never call someone an F slur
Yeah.
over the phone.
Yeah,
Surely.
like
No.
perhaps like one of the leads of Xbox back in the
Yeah.
day.
Bobby would never do
On this
that.
very show, you said it.
I really
Yeah.
do want to get Seamus Blackley back on. Man was a hoot.
Yes,
Yeah, it's very funny.
He tortured you. It was great.
He's
that
great.
was. Ooh, I'm very glad that I got it. He was about to crack and finally just say I'm kidding, and then we went right into the air and worked beautifully. He brought it back. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a dickhead again." For a few minutes.
He held on. It was so good. And then okay. Before we get into kind of like just revisiting some stuff across the year, we've got a couple left. Just focusing back on PlayStation. Saw a lot of uproar about this on Twitter, but I think PlayStation have done this every year. Their own blog hands out their own awards, and PlayStation gave themselves Game of the Year for Spider-Man. PlayStation Game of the Year for Spider-Man 2. Congratulations!
They do PlayStation Blog Awards every year, and I think a lot of people just probably didn't know that. So if you didn't know that the PlayStation Blog gives awards every year, then I could understand how someone would think that, okay, so Spider-Man didn't win any awards, so PlayStation's going to give Spider-Man awards. I can understand how someone may think that if you didn't already know that they do these blog awards every year.
Well, the thing I linked was actually their "What's Coming in 2024" blog.
Well, yeah, and I did want to talk about this because they had their awards blog, but then they had their "What's Coming in 2024," and I saw lots of desperate but also this and probably this and maybe some surprises. And I'm like,
it's surprisingly meek.
It's very meager in terms of what's coming in 2024, according to that blog list.
They've got a third-party game and different looks for their accessory colors ways as the first two things.
And plates.
Yeah.
But
for the old model console.
If you look at the blog for 2022, as it headed into 2023, they had a very similar thing, and there was nothing extra that was not on that list. So if you take that as gospel, as this is the standard running practice, well, 2024 is also looking rather spot. What have they got coming out this year?
From their first party, it's mostly third party stuff. So like they are publishing Rise of Ronin, they are publishing Helldivers 2.
Rise of Ronin.
They've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth exclusive. Stellar Blade was finally announced that it was delayed. Everyone could tell. Third party, they're publishing that one after it was losing its publisher, and they saved it.
Fair enough.
The Destiny 2 will be coming from them. The final shape. They'll have MLB The Show.
Yep.
That they've got some different color plates. They've got a new headset coming.
It's another quiet year.
Yeah, pretty quiet. They
arguably quieter than 2023. Arguably quieter than 2023.
Yeah,
they really front loaded 2020.
It's going to be painful out in those Twitter wars.
Why isn't MLB on that list?
Because I guess it hasn't been. They don't have a cover athlete to show off yet. They haven't probably figured that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can expect Microsoft to have another year's Game Pass launch.
And Silent Hill 2 wasn't up there, which everyone seemed to think was going to be 2024. The remake.
I will say though, PlayStation Plus for January is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Evil West is super fun. It's a very 360B game, but it's fun.
Yes.
It's a little long, but not too long, and it's a fun
and
fun dumb game. Never played Plague Tale.
Nice. It's a pretty good month.
And Nobody Saves the World, which I freaking loved. That game rules.
I haven't played it.
Very good.
I haven't played it. Another super chat from Goldshell. So excited for Blizzard's future under Phil. Yeah, a lot of people are, especially Jez.
Especially Blizzard. They seem very happy to not be Activision Blizzard. They are just Blizzard under Microsoft.
Blizzard.
Gaming.
Yeah.
So it's Activision, Blizzard, King. They are their own things.
Yep.
A lot of ex-Blizzard people coming out, really going after Bobby Kotick from ex-devs and people that
there's some
at
horrible
Blizzard
stories. There's some horrible stories coming out now about Bobby. Now that he's gone, and they're not worried about repercussions, like they're like stories are coming out.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Over the next 12 months, I reckon you can probably expect a lot of horrible stories to come out on Twitter.
Yeah.
About
So,
Bobby.
Nick, I'll set this up for you, but we've talked a lot about roadmaps and video game release dates and trailer announces and all that sort of jazz. But there's one topic that you wanted to tackle this week, right? There's around these elements. Yeah.
I actually want to do this a bit more because our structure is that we very strictly stick to the news
We do.
of the week, like quite rigidly, like for better or worse. But I'd like to start doing that whole thing.
Nick's
where we
Corner.
just discuss. No, not a Nick's
I know.
Corner. It's not about me. It's about discussing sort of hot button topics that just spring up out of nowhere that don't necessarily make the news, but they do cause a discussion on social media, and then sometimes content creators make videos out of it. And I noticed there was a viral tweet that someone used the Lisa Simpson meme talking. So it was born from our podcast. This and that's the irony of this discussion. This discussion was actually born from our podcast last week. So, you know, I had said to Jeff Grubb, and I'll be up front here, I like to have a rumour mill every Grubsmas. So sometimes I will hold on to stuff like the God of War trilogy thing. And I said to Jeff, if you can, even if you've got something small, just something small for Grubsmas, hold on to it for Grubsmas. Turns out what he was holding on to turned out to be probably arguably a lot bigger than small when he said that Blade is not probably coming till 2027.
Yeah. How did it feel
So-
being on Eurogamer? The special.
So a whole bunch of sites got a hold of that. And then someone took a tweet from a major Twitter account and did the Lisa Simpson meme thing saying, if your game is that far out, don't announce it. And so a lot of developers took that viral tweet and were like, you know, sometimes these trailers are recruiting trailers. Sometimes there's contractual agreements. Sometimes my take was, what's the big fucking deal? Like, how does it affect your life? How does it affect your life on a personal level that a random video game was announced 5 years before it's due to come out? How does it impact your life? Does it? It doesn't at all. I don't know why people get so irrationally upset. I don't understand it.
It's a weird one because we live in an industry, as we've seen this year, and we'll get into it when we talk about this year, where leaks are fervently sought. You know, I want to know the secrets. I want to know the things that they're not telling us. I want to peek under the curtain. We live in that world where, you know, those kind of things get all of these clicks and hype and rumor mills and all of that jazz, right? Exclusive scoops, you know, here's this project, whatever name, and, you know, we understand it's the Wu-Tang Clan doing it, whatever, all of that jazz. And people really want that. But then when a video game company does the opposite and doesn't let the rumor just sit in swirling around in unacknowledgement, they just go, yeah, hey, we're making a Blade game, here's a cool trailer, we'll see you in 2027. Even though they don't say that, you know, people that actually follow the industry understand these things take fucking years to make.
Yeah.
Like, why you can best of both worlds, isn't it? You don't have to, there's no secret now. We know what they're working on. Great, cool. Put the logo on the roadmap. Now we know. No worries. Like,
But
why is
again,
that a
like
problem?
everyone went all in on Blade. No one said anything about Iron Man. No one said anything about Black Panther. No one. So why was Blade? No one said anything about Wolverine. Why was Blade the target of all that animosity? Maybe because it's on a certain platform. But like,
Not on other platforms.
I was just so excited to see that there was an Iron Man game in existence. Okay, if it's 5 years out, it's 5 years out. I can wait. I've got Rocket League to keep me busy until then. Like, here we are complaining that we've all got these massive backlogs and, oh my God, so many games. What am I going to do? Yet we get upset that a game we're excited for gets announced. Oh, but it's years away. I want to play it now. Like we're children. Like, just wait. You play that music. Why don't you actually show the picture?
I'm showing something.
The
I've got
Pope's
something
coming.
Mhm.
The Pope.
Ah, the Pope. Okay.
He's giving you the evil eye.
Types here.
I was actually
Yeah,
setting
yeah.
that up for the last few minutes. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Like,
wrap it up.
Like I don't. It's don't get me wrong. It's great when a game gets shadow dropped. It's great when a game is like Bethesda's tradition. Someone just mentioned in the chat, -0. Game gets announced, comes out 6 months later. That's awesome. If a game can do that, fantastic. No one is saying that shouldn't happen. No one is even saying that's not the preferred avenue. What I'm saying is it's not the end of the world, and it's not going to affect your life in any single way, shape, or form that Blade is out in 2027. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you. If anything, they're helping you. You now have 4 years to save for Blade. Start putting away 10 cents a day.
Well, you got to save up. They've got to save up for their
save
super
up for Blade.
powerful PC that they already supposedly had because they won't get an Xbox.
It's really not that big a deal where people get that irrationally upset about it. Okay, be mildly annoyed. Ah, damn. I wish that was coming sooner. Okay, cool. And just move on with your life.
But also, it comes like in the movie industry, you can announce a movie, and I guess there are less cancellations overall, which is why some people are like, well, we don't announce things because you would be shocked at how many games get canceled, and I get that. But in these situations, when it's this type of thing that you're not going to cancel, you're signing a deal with friggin' Disney. If it cancels, it's a goddamn nightmare. Like, it's lets you recruit and you can just say what you're working on. It's so much easier. And it's like, yeah, people aren't used to it, but if they keep doing it more and more, then hopefully people will finally get used to it, though most of it is just console war fodder.
Yeah. So
a lot
Portal
of
player
the
in the
industry
chat.
practice is to force prospective employees to sign an NDA as they're in the interview process before you can even talk about what you're working on. Like, this is a way to avoid all of that rigmarole in certain degrees. So I get it, and I agree with you. I think people need to chill the F out when it comes to
Portal player in the chat. They do it too often. That's why. What? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean they do it too often? Again, we're still back at square one. So what? I don't understand. Like, if we were in a scenario, if this was 1994, where hardly any games come out and there's nothing to play, then I could maybe understand. But we are in a world where there are literally too many great video games for any human being to have enough time to play. So I don't understand what the big deal is. And that doesn't include the fact that most of us have at least 1 or 2 games as a service games that we just live off and stick to endlessly. Like, I've got my Fortnite and my Rocket League. John's got his Halo and used to have Sea of Thieves. Jesse's got Diablo and a couple of others. So on top of our games as a service games that we basically treat as jobs, we also have this ridiculous number of good. We've also got the shit, but we've actually got a ridiculous number of great games as well, more than we can handle. So again, what's the big deal?
Yeah, I think there is like I can see Portal player in the chat. Like, I think there's a difference between an intention to announce and release a game within a reasonable time frame, i.e., hey, here's Crackdown 3, using that example, and
damn, the company that we were using, the Cloud Tech, just got bought. Oh shit, what do we do?
This Cloud Tech's fallen over. Oh, the company's gone like, yeah, okay, look, we're not privy to that, and we don't get that. Oh shit, there's a fucking pandemic, and it's delayed everything by fucking months and months and months. That kind of stuff, no one seems to really bank it. Like, and I think there's a difference. But with stuff like Blade, stuff like Indiana Jones, you can just separate the reality from your desires, right? Like, yeah, I'd love to play Blade this summer, but that's not what the point of that trailer was. It was a cool moment. It was hey, we've got a Marvel game too. It was a recruitment drive for that studio. The end. And they do it in movies all the time with Marvel, right? You see a Marvel roadmap for fucking 10 years,
which has completely changed.
Yeah. Of course, and they change it on a whim. But like, it's
fine.
not a
Darkwing
secret.
Duck happens. Like, Darkwing Duck happens. Stuff like what happened with Crackdown 3. That's an exception. That's not the rule.
Yeah, like deep
in
down,
most cases,
we're still waiting for that. It's been what, 9 years? We've never heard about it, but it's that is the exception. That's not the rule for.
That's right.
Games.
What happened? yes, what happened with Deep Down, what happened with Crackdown, what happened with, I don't know, whatever. That's Beyond Good and Evil too.
Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. They're the exceptions. They're not the rule. Most of these games just come out. But we talk about the exceptions and we hear about the exceptions more, like Duke Nukem Forever and everything that game went through.
Great recent example, Skull and Bones. Right? Skull and Bones.
Scalebound.
Skull and Bones is a game that was meant to come out 2 fucking years ago. Remember, it was announced. It was announced just after Sea of Thieves released. Here's the Sea of Thieves killer 2018. It's been delayed because they haven't found the fun, but they have a contractual obligation to release it this year. It's coming out in February now.
And you looking forward to reviewing it?
Yeah, I'll play it.
Phantom Dust.
Oh yeah,
Phantom Dust was another one.
Yep. Sometimes things don't work out.
Fable Legends.
That game, it surprises me Microsoft didn't release it. Because
I know.
It was done. That was done.
It was done.
It was a very weird Microsoft back then.
That was the most bizarre decision. Like I have a cousin that works in the games industry. He's working on a big AAA game that's coming out this year. Funnily enough, it's been announced. We've seen plenty of it next year. Sorry, 2024. But he was working at Lionhead, and I was in the friends and family beta for Legends, and I just said to him, I was like, "Why are you making this game? Like, who is this for? Because it's not for the Fable fan. It's not for me.
No,
like I don't want to play this. Like I love the world and I love the graphics and but I don't. 4v1 multiplayer. Like, what are you fucking doing? Is this a Microsoft mandate?"
They were ahead of the curve again because 4v1 did become extremely popular. It just had to be something that you could stick IP into. And how do you stick IP into Fable? It has to be a Dead by Daylight, which is just this made up thing. They can throw anyone and everyone in there, and it takes off like insane amounts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like, Half Life on Dreamcast was finished. It was finished. It was done. It was basically in warehouses ready to ship, and it got cancelled. Why? I still don't know. I'd love to hear the story. The story's probably out there and I just haven't read it. But like the first Half-Life came out on Dreamcast and it just got cancelled.
Mental.
Last possible second, which I found bizarre. Very easy to get a hold of it, but yes.
That was the problem with everything with Dreamcast. Pretty easy to just
didn't even need a mod chip. Didn't need a mod chip. Didn't need a boot disk.
Didn't need to burn a GD-ROM. You could just burn a CD-ROM because people would just chunk things out you didn't need. And it was crazy. For someone very poor and without scruples, it was great. I still bought what I could. I bought the accessories. I hooked it up to a nice monitor and had it run in HD. It looked incredible. I had the freaking bought Seaman with that stupid mic and talking on Leonard Nimoy.
So did I. Yeah. Got the fishing rod. I've got keyboard and mouse. I've got
typing at the dead was so good.
I had the maracas for a while. I had the Samba de Amigo maracas for a little bit.
I wish we weren't broke and I had been able to keep stuff. I never kept anything because we had to flip it to pay for the next thing. But like some of that stuff is just worth so much. But like we had Snatcher on Sega CD and that goes for like $2,000 now. It's really insane. Yeah,
I'm annoyed. I may still have to go back and find it. So I saw what was that Wii U game from? Oh my god, what is that Wii U game? That action game from that legendary Japanese developer.
101?
Nah. It's an action shooter thing. It's an action shootery thing, and I see it at JB Hi-Fi secondhand for like $5, and I kept not grabbing it. And I was like, and now I've checked eBay.
Devil's Third?
It's like Devil's Third. So I see Devil's Third. I see Devil's Third. I used to see it at JB all the time that had this tiny little section of Wii U games. It's like $5, $2. And I was like, should I just grab it for my Wii U just for the fuck of it? And I never did. And now I see it on eBay and people are trying to sell it for $200 and $300 US. And I'm like, man, I wish I had bought a couple of copies of Devil's Third.
Whoops.
Why would anyone want to buy that game?
Yeah, it's
so I can flip it.
Why do people want to buy it from you? Like,
I don't know. I can't understand the collector's market. Some of them I understand, like the 64 games. And don't worry, I'm planning on selling my 64 collection soon, and that's gonna.
Oh my god, what is the weird going from third person to first person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This-
don't
I
know.
mean,
That's
Devil's Third
very
was like
jarring.
famously horrible, wasn't it?
Oh, that's so
Yes.
horrible to play. God.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, dear.
But yes, in the end, have some patience, people. Like it's really not that
It's
big a
gonna be
deal
okay. It's
if a
gonna be
game is announced years out. I never understood how people get so upset about it. It doesn't affect you at all, at all.
It's,
in
it's the
in any way,
FOMO
shape, or form.
thing, along with like, well, I see this and I want to have it now, and I'm not patient, and it's also
So
a great thing that I can
it's-
argue with people about.
It's a childish thing. That's what I'm saying. Grow up. That's why I said
Yeah.
grow up in my tweet. Just grow
Mhm.
up and be an adult and have some patience. Like
It's asking a lot out of most people.
Yeah. Good
I
luck
get
with that.
excited about games too, but just wait. Like I've got to wait for Prince of Persia.
Not
Just
long.
got to
though.
wait.
Not long.
I'm looking forward to it.
You
but
got to
I
wait,
can't
but you probably don't have to pay, so you're luckier than most.
Oh man, I hope not.
He's very excited.
Hopefully,
Same-
within
same-
the next.
Can you give him
What?
a PC code just to really wind him up?
Oh, God,
Same,
that'd be funny.
same way. I've got to wait for John to get me Sonic Superstars.
Yeah,
I've
you're
just
gonna have
gotta
to
wait.
I've
just gotta be patient.
Long time.
I've just got to wait and be patient. Hopefully, in the meantime, Huggeat Charlie can come to the rescue.
Oh my god! Stop asking people to buy you shit, you fucking scab. Right. Okay, people. Thank you, Nick, for that wonderful topic. As again, a friendly reminder, hit that like button. It really does help us out. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other podcast service of choice, why not leave us one of those glowing 5-star reviews that we probably think we deserve? That would be nice. Now, it is the end of 2023. We've gone through all of the news of the week. We've talked about all sorts of different things, but we'd like to just take a moment in this last show of the year to kind of just take a look back. Take a look back at some of the biggest things that have happened this year. And I think a good place, a positive place to start is just to talk about what an incredible year of video games it has been. Like
It was.
remember the conversations we've had about gaming years, 2007, 2014, 1998.
2014.
Does 2023 deserve to be in that conversation? Now,
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
right,
I think
and
so.
let me give, like, objectively, I'm going to say yes. Personally, it's not been the best year of gaming ever for me. Like, just for me.
No,
It's
not for
like,
me either.
There's not a lot of genres here that speak to me personally, but I can look at the bigger picture and be like, objectively, this is a fucking banging year.
Yes.
And just a taste of the games that released this year that are huge, right? These are all games that have scored over 90 just this year. Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Metroid Prime, Asgard's Wrath 2, Against the Storm, Resident Evil 4, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Slay the Princess, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Dave the Diver, Ghost Trick, Moss Book 2, Videoverse, Persona 4 Golden, Quake 2 Enhanced, The Making of Karateka.
Quake 2
2
got over 90.
Yeah, this year from Night Dive.
I don't think it had
remake,
like that many, so it's easier when
Reviews.
you don't have that many reviews.
Spider-Man 2,
Jeez.
Starfield. That one didn't go over 90.
No,
We all know
Starfield
that.
didn't go over 90.
I'm just looking at the rest of the list because the list is so long. Like Age of
Redfall.
Empires 2 Definitive Edition on console. Christ alive, there's so many games here. It's
Dead
absolutely
Space.
nuts.
Did you forget Dead
Space
Space?
remake. The classic Wanted Dead.
Oh,
GoldenEye.
boy.
GoldenEye
Hi-Fi
was
Rush,
this year.
Dead Space remake,
Thunder
Hi-Fi
Ray.
Rush.
Resident
Atomic
Evil 4
Heart.
remake. I love Atomic Heart.
Sifu on Xbox. Sifu on Xbox.
Just like
Sifu on
Tokyo and
Xbox.
Xbox.
I mean, it's
It
been
was a
nuts.
crazy year. Like I have to say,
Wolong.
like when you read out the list like that, it makes me think that maybe 2023 is a top 3 year for me.
Yeah.
Just for me personally. Like
There's
I
just so
had-
many things you forget because there has been so
Yeah.
There's
much
so much.
across every platform.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the list at the moment, and it's like I'm only in April, June, and there's still
Mhm.
so
And it
many
picked up from them. Like
games.
from the middle of August until early November, it didn't stop. I think I reviewed
Assassin's
like 20
Creed.
things.
Alan
Yeah,
Wake
Mirage,
2.
Assassin's Creed
Alan Wake
Mirage,
2.
and Assassin's Creed Nexus, the VR game, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Dead Island 2 was surprisingly good.
Hogwarts came out.
Hogwarts.
Biggest selling game, pretty much.
Yeah, no one talks about that. Can't talk about that.
The Wizard game.
We can mention.
the
We
Wizard
can mention
game,
that
yeah.
it exists.
Yeah,
Like, calm
you
down.
can talk about it in that
Jesus.
context.
Talos Principle 2 I played and is incredible. Like, there's so much. There's so much stuff. Dave the Diver on PC and Switch.
But then there's all the lesser stuff like Thunder Ray, Last Case of Benedict Fox, Cocoon, Last Faith. It's plenty, like so much stuff. Like,
if we were to go through every like good to great release, it would be like 100, 150 things.
that's what I
played
mean.
most of
Like
them.
It's
just-
bonkers.
which goes back to my point about big deal if a game gets announced years out. Oh, Planet of Lana. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Planet of
mate, yeah.
Lana.
Yeah.
There's a
Which
one of
I'm
the other
playing.
things.
I've gone back to.
Like one of the next things I put in there is just the year in Game Pass. Like if you're just gonna start going down everything that was in Game Pass in 2023, it is fucking
It's
crazy.
bonkers. Yeah,
We couldn't
City
keep up with
Skyline
it.
Remastered, Hot Wheels Unleashed Game of the Year edition,
Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Minecraft
Holy
Legends,
shit. Minecraft
Redfall, Ravenlock.
Redfall.
Ravenlock was neat.
Jusant.
great, but neat.
Jusant.
Mm.
Jusant.
Jusant, yeah, love Jusant. It's been
so much, man.
like, is this what it's
So
going to be like
much.
now?
Yes.
It's like, or was this just like the big spurt after COVID, where there's just the stars?
I think there's a
aligned
little
and-
bit of. I think there's a little bit of that too. I think it's a bit of both. Column A, column B. There was a lot of delayed games that ended up in 2023, but also I just think we are at that point where there are just so many developers out there and so many publishers out there, and so there's just so many games, and it's so much easier to make a game now than it's ever been. So there's just so many more games coming out. Hey, Tom Henderson, 2023 year in review highlights is Insider Gaming doing 100 plus exclusives.
Mm.
Thank you and
exclusive
good night.
scoops. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Hello and goodbye.
Xbox
Tom.
Era reviewed over 200
It
and
was
something.
203, I think, was our number.
You did like 150.
I did 83 video games and like 20 or something physical. I think total on the site we were like 235, 240 reviews, something like that, maybe more. But yeah,
As if he just leaves.
we don't guess, unlike
Unlike Nick. Hey.
Party Animals, Gotham Knights, Payday
Portal
3.
player. I get Scoop's Portal player. If I get told not to reveal them, then I don't. Where Tom will just reveal them no matter what. If I get told not to, then I don't. Tom and I have differing differing
Methodologies.
principles on just going ahead with stuff that we get. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I can see Portal Player, he used a guide to complete Cocoon. Like, I understand, but
I'll do that.
no, honestly, don't. Like, I breezed. I didn't breeze through. There was like one point where I was like, head scratching. But my missus, who does not play games, she's finished it, and she got through it with only 2 occasions. I had to really be like, think about it. You've got all the tools you need. The game is helping you. It's teaching you. Blah,
It's
blah,
one
blah.
button.
Yeah, it's
Just
one
not too
button. I mean,
much.
it's exquisite game design.
mean-
Again, friendly reminder, there's a great interview I had with Jeppe Carlson, the lead gameplay designer from Inside and Limbo, who did Cocoon, and their art director about Cocoon. So go check it out on the site.
Fine, I'll put it in chat, John. There you go.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Get some more eyes on that. But yeah, it's Game Pass equally has really done a lot of heavy lifting for me this year. There's been a lot of things I've discovered and enjoyed thanks to Game Pass, as always. Very curious. And I think, if you're wondering, chat, we've already got our everything coming in 2024 to Game Pass that we know about. And that's going to grow and evolve over time. That already exists. You can go find it on the site. Maybe Jesse will put a helpful link and you can add it to your bookmarks and keep an eye on what's coming to the system over the next year as your subscription continues on Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, it's been bonkers. But I think that also segues us into how it's not been great for the people that actually make games. I think that's a
It has not.
fair thing to say.
The tech
right? And-
industry as a whole has been a
Yeah.
bloodbath.
it's been brutal. Like, and tech industry is a broad term, right? So this is the Facebooks and the Googles and the Microsofts. Like, I did see one. I can't remember what channel it was. I think it was somewhat tenuously linked to Linus Tech Tips. But they were doing a video about layoffs, and they were like, and then Microsoft laid off 10,000. And I'm like, they weren't relating all to gaming. Like, Microsoft laid off 10,000, and yes, we know, for example, 343 Studios suffered quite harshly at that, but those 10,000 were across Microsoft. So bear that in mind. But yeah, we've seen a lot of studios close this year. We've seen teams been shut down. We've seen people just been laid off on a whim, while a lot of these CEOs are banking $1 million bonuses and quite happily carrying on with their lives for the good of the company.
They made the
it's
tough
hard to see,
decisions,
right?
That put everyone at risk.
Yeah. Just before Christmas, for example. Can you imagine that? Like, the week before Christmas, you're already stressing about like the bills next month, and sorry, you're unemployed. I feel particularly sorry for our friends in America, because like the whole at-will employment with no protection to you, there's no process to go through, there's no severance packages unless you're working for a big company. You're just gone. Bye. Hard times.
Well, we can't be mean to corporations because they are also people here.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say a corporation's a person, right? That's a ridiculous notion.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what our government said.
Oh,
yeah. So it was settled in law. They are people. Those corporations.
Mental. But any notable ones that you guys were
Embracer?
I don't know, shocked at or upset at personally? Embrace is probably the biggest.
They're the ones that have been they're the ones that are going to have the longest lasting legacy of just fucking up the game industry.
Yeah, just Free Radical getting closed before they got a chance to reveal Time Splitters.
Yep,
properly.
Like, seeing some of the concept art as well was
and I don't know if it was this year or last year. Vicarious Visions.
That was this year, wasn't it?
Was Vicarious Visions this year or last year?
I think it was this year.
I don't know. That was another one that annoyed me.
It's been rough. And then, it's also been the year of ridiculous leaks. Like, groundbreaking, industry-breaking leaks. We've had all of the drama from this year for the Activision Blizzard King acquisition, the courtroom listening. Like, I remember Jesse doing like 3 or 4 8+ hour streams.
It was like 5. It was 4 or 5. Yeah, it was
streaming the or at least you weren't streaming the audio because that.
So what I was doing, I had I got into the court case every day because it had 1,000 seats, and I was persistent enough to get in every day. And then I set up a way to have it automatically transcribe the court proceedings, which were dog shit quality. And then I'd have to give a running commentary on what's being said to try and clarify it because it was such terrible audio quality.
Yeah. But it's mental. The people that were salivating in that, and we got a lot from that, right? We got a glimpse at Microsoft's roadmap with the Series X refresh. There was a cylindrical console, does away with the disk drive, and
the digital Series X that I leaked. You mean?
Yeah, that one.
And then
now
Microsoft confirmed.
Well, yes, but then they said, the plans are old and they have changed, and yada yada yada. Well, I guess it remains to be seen what's happening with that. Is there a Series X Pro?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came to Fortnite.
Massive. Leaked that one 2 years ago.
Massive. Leaked that one nearly 2 years ago.
Mental.
Yep. Massive.
And then obviously we've had the recent Insomnihack leak as well. I think when was Capcom hacked? Was that last year?
2020.
That was a few years ago.
It was a long time ago.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this trend's going to continue. And again, this is all based around that fervency for wanting to know, where you get these tech savvy folks that are either, via social media,
that is what
phishing.
it is. People just want to know, like, we like people like to know what's coming. With regard again, outside of the whinges that it's years away, most people just like to know that something is coming. Like we've had now this rumor. Now Nate the Hate has said that there's a banjo game coming. And so I've been getting tagged, people going to me, banjos. Now someone reached out to me via DM after Nate leaked that and said, "Do you know who the dev is?" I'm like, I didn't even know there was a banjo game coming. I was like, I didn't know there was a banjo game coming. And they're like, I'm trying to find out the dev, Ask around. I'm like, okay, I'll ask around. So I'm now in the process of trying to find out who's developing this allegedly banjo game, which I hadn't heard anything about. I had heard something else about banjo, but I had not heard about a new banjo game. But yeah, and that's, and
one thing we should
want to know. We just want to know if it's real. We just want to know.
Speaking of leaks, to be better at teasing, we should say there is a planned rumor mill for later in the show.
Yes. Speaking of leaks, there's also a rumor mill later.
Another one.
Another one.
Definitely, huge rumor mill. Absolutely massive.
You'll have to see for yourself. The funny thing is, I got the DM for this rumor mill as our show went offline last week. They messaged me and they were like, "Are you still going?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh, I've got this for you." I'm like, next week, last episode of the year.
Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot, And then if we look at Xbox in general, I think they've had a really good year overall.
No chance, Tom.
Tom,
it comes after the segments where everyone quits after.
But yeah, Xbox has had a really good year. I don't think any of us here would disagree with that. I'm not sure. Chat, let us know if you feel differently.
We see the thing I was told this year. Redfall was such a disaster and Starfield was so disappointing that it's actually been a very poor year overall for Xbox.
Bad year
that is
Xbox.
The prevailing wisdom I'm seeing from people in the industry.
And Hi-Fi Rush is cartoony, so it doesn't count.
Hi-Fi Rush is too far. It was too long ago. It didn't do that well sales-wise, as we were told.
Graphics. Cartoon graphics.
And you ignore that Starfield did do great sales. Please. Yeah, we will get to it, Tom. Just after the segments everyone always leaves during.
Yeah, we gotta make people stick around for this.
Gotta force people to hang around.
You have to appreciate our wanting to keep the audience and not let them all just go away.
Yeah, this is a nice lengthy show.
Portal Players got it right here. Right, latest thing he said. Hasn't been a good year for Xbox console sales. So he hangs out a lot in my Coffee with Cabeza streams, and I've tried to push through the fact that they sell pretty much everything they put out. They're just not going to keep losing a ton of money on console sales. They have a different philosophy than PlayStation's doing their very best to keep their audience. They're neck and neck, kind of keeping pace where they were at the PlayStation 4 hardware-wise. They're actually below where they were at the changeover of the generation. Monthly active users-wise, which is the big metric, they're like 107 last quarter. Xbox was at 120. Believe it or not, they actually have more people on the Xbox platform because the Xbox platform is in more places. And Xbox's first-party monthly active users, very heavily carried by Minecraft, is 150 million. It's really big. They got a lot of people that play their games every month, and King's going to add 240 million by itself. That doesn't even count Activision or Blizzard, who are also going to add in a hell of a lot with their game. So on the whole, they're doing fine. But you can tell I've had this conversation with him before, where people are very used to the old metrics that were all that mattered, and that still very much do matter for Nintendo and Sony, but even there, it's in different ways. Sony needs to get people there for their third-party bangers. Nintendo needs people there for their first-party bangers. Microsoft is just everywhere, all at once, like a multi-headed hydra. Just, I will take your money anywhere. Thank you very much. Like it's a very different philosophy.
It just blows my mind to see people still to this day going, yeah, but they didn't sell as much. Does that bother you? Like genuinely, does it upset you or cause you to enjoy your Xbox less because it's not in as many homes as the other console? Like I don't get it. What's
The
diff?
only thing
What's
that would
what's the
matter
diff?
for you as a customer is,
I-
are they making enough money to keep investing?
I would argue that the answer would be yes, due
I
to the
explained this to
recent
you.
$70 billion
I
acquisition.
explained this to you. It's the Sega Dreamcast trauma. It's always there in the background. That Sega Dreamcast trauma, the PTSD. It's always there in the background, ever present.
Ever present.
A lot of people won't admit it, but that's what it is.
Fair. But yeah, so as we look into 2024, are we presuming that they're going to repeat some of the things they've done? Well, we know they'll have a summer showcase. We'll know they'll attend Tokyo Game Show. They'll do Gamescom. Are we all expecting a January developer?
I
event?
am expecting one.
I'm expecting very
I
early
am
in the
of-
year.
Yes, I reckon there will be one. I'm very
Oh.
confident there'll be one.
I am the
What?
defender. I am the king of defending underwhelming Xbox games. I don't know how they're underwhelming, but okay.
Ah.
Personal
Okay.
opinion, subjective. And as we look to 2024, like I'm just going to ad lib this. Like XboxEra is going to go through some things. There's going to be some cool announcements in the first month or so that I'm personally super excited about. We'll get into them more when they happen. We've got some cool stuff coming on New Year's Day. But you know, it would be remiss of me not to thank the community that supports us day in day out. Like even yesterday, I saw like 2 or 3 new patrons join the squad of awesome individuals that help us keep the lights on month in, month out.
There was even a lady. A lady.
I
joined.
know. all the
Thanks.
boys are like, what? But it's humbling. It's humbling in a way because I look across the industry, we're seeing all of these long-standing, experienced journalists breaking out on their own after, you know, their site's folded or they want to go it and make it their own thing. And, you know, we're seeing them get supported in Patreon in really big ways. And look, we get it. You know, we're coming into our 5th year of XboxEra as a thing. 2024, 5 years we've been doing this. Come this summer or next summer, and to see the support year on year grow, the site grow, everything for us in terms of people that visit, the people that are on the forums, the number of you in the chat, the people on our Patreon, it's just constantly going upwards. And that means a lot to us because, you know, we exist because we don't think predominantly across the industry there's many places that actually play on this console by default. And we exist to give you our verdict on those things. So we appreciate you. We love you lots. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, of course, head to patreon.com/XboxEra and feel free to pledge your support because genuinely it really helps. And we love you for it. I'm going to answer the super chat from good old Collingwood.
Good old Collingwood. Before the quiz, John, Nick, when is your 4K Blu-ray Abyss disc coming?
Now, there's an interesting thing to this. Now, I don't expect Nick to order the 4K Blu-ray disc, right? He wasn't as in love with the film as I always am. They have cancelled the physical 4K Blu-ray release in the UK because of the rat scene in the film. Now, if you're not familiar with The Abyss as a film, it's awesome. It's in my top 5 films of all time. But there's a scene where they put a rat in breathing liquid. So it's liquid that's super oxygenated and humans and animals can actually breathe it. It was a real thing they did. It wasn't a stunt. It wasn't a prosthetic. It wasn't a fake animal. It was a real rat.
They actually did that to the rat.
Supervised by the scientist that's developed the liquid. It's been tested on rats plenty of times. It was also done way back in 1988. And it's always been a part of the film because it sets up the key sequence for later on when he.
But that rat's family is very upset. His descendants,
and
they can't stand it.
It's been banned, and I think that is fucking insane. But there you go.
Is that a PETA thing?
I have no idea.
Who else would be driving it?
Animal cruelty, a law of some kind has been broken. It's mental.
But it's oxygen. It's not water. They didn't drown the rat.
No,
the rat
lived. The rat was unharmed by the experience.
The rat lived. Like, I don't understand. They didn't harm the rat.
Exactly. And I want to make sure, did we miss Jack's 82? I don't remember reading this one out.
We may have. Sorry.
There's been quite a few, which is very nice. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I was meant to say this one while we were discussing the topic. Jax82, this year has been great for game releases. 2023 has been the best. We also had unfortunate layoffs. Hope they get back on their feet. 2024 will be fire. That would have been a great
segue into this whole section.
Yes.
Thanks, Jax.
I am very excited about the Suicide Squad game. I admit it. You know me. You know my love of open world looter shooter co-op games. As everyone threatened me over Redfall on, I'm excited for that one.
I do suspect that we'll obviously get more layoffs in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, Embracer's not done.
That's just inevitable, unfortunately. Isn't January, February like the time of year
for what?
That sort of stuff to get for layoffs and stuff to get announced? Like, didn't Microsoft announce the 10,000 January this year?
They did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's on the cards for 2024. I think UK economy wise, we're slowly climbing back out now. So
America is too, except for our cost of living never went back down. It's skyrocketed, and so even though the economy's better, people are making money. It's like, yeah, but I can get half of what I used to with that money.
Cause he lives, bruv. Cause he lives, innit?
It sucks. Bullshit.
No, cause he lives.
Welcome to living in Australia.
You saw it nowhere else more than eggs, which were like $8 a dozen, and now they're down like friggin' $1. Why? Just because they got caught that they were just upping their prices. Oh, there's really bad bird flu, and then people looked into it. It's like, no, there isn't. You fucking liars. And then allegedly, and then that was it. Prices went back down.
Yeah. Allegedly. But there you go.
Irregardless,
that's it. It's now that time of the show for us to annoy you all with silly game shows and having a laugh.
Give you the code.
But unfortunately, maybe you want to stick around because there's a rumor mill. What if it's something terrible, like just another Fortnite rumor mill? Can you imagine just waiting around for that? But you won't know until we get there. Let's have some fun and play.
What am I doing? Shit!
I hit the button.
Are we back?
We are now back.
Lovely.
I'm joining the game.
Okay. I need to do that. Whilst I'm doing that, I will queue up what name the game is. If you've never watched this show before, this is a silly game we play that Nick stole from a radio station in Australia. It's where we play against each other, working out synonyms of various games. We have to figure out what the titles actually are. We play for our patrons. So if you're a Patreon member, the chances are you'll be selected for Nick or I to act as your champion, and you'll win a game code from our plethora of game codes that we have sitting in a secret file somewhere on Jesse's machine. Nick, who are you playing for this week?
Where's my thing? I am playing for Tippiest Flunky, and Sick is playing for Julia. That's all I got as a name. Julia. That's what I was thinking. As soon as I saw that name, I'm like, Julia Gulia, the wedding singer. Oh my god, that's one of those movies where I watch it multiple times a year. The Wedding Singer. It's a classic.
Okay. Be nice, Chad, or I'll start giving people timeouts. Grow up.
What's happening?
Now there's people arguing. People
Don't
arguing about
It's the New Year. It's the spirit of goodwill.
And it's just video games. Is that all right? Everyone's in the theme this week. Oh, I guess I could. Oh, yeah, I haven't changed it down here. What the hell? I don't even know where this is in OBS. Xbox games, kind of. Oh, I made a category thing. I didn't even remember that. The category this week are, as suggested by my wife, games with New York as a setting at some point. They either have they take place in New York or they got a level in New York because of. I had to think of something. There's not enough New Year's games because I tried. Okay. There's like there's like 10 things that take place around New Year's. Parasite Eve being one of them again. That also takes place in friggin' New York. At one point, has like a level.
Games set in New York.
All right, games with New York as a setting at some point. They either take place there fully.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
Yeah.
Or they got a DLC or something like that. All right. Okay. Question number 1. Hey, before we start, Assassin Entertainment. Name a Game is literally the only game show I can feel dumb and have a good laugh about it. Never stop doing them, gents. Here's to 2024.
It is fun. I don't understand.
It is fun.
It is fun.
Screw that.
It's also a really well timestamped show. So just fucking click buy it. If you don't like it, it's okay. We
Like
won't
if you
mind.
don't like, that's what I mean. Like I go to pretty crazy levels with timestamps. Like if you don't, just don't click off it. Just click on the parts you want to see. I don't. Anyway,
Wrap it up.
anyway.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Number 1 is very long.
Okay.
This game is 3 words. This is a much longer thing. I'll put it in chat. Number 1. And we're on desktop. People will hear the buzzers now. Is Killer's Vow. Mutant who sucks up your life force.
Who sucks up your life force?
1 word.
Fucking hell.
I doubt you guys played this.
Killer's Vow.
It was pretty good.
Mutant that sucks up your life force.
I believe it was a cross-gen game, or it might have been 360 at first, and then came to Xbox One.
The Killer's Vow thing is...
What
is
mutant
triggering
sucks up
something
your
in
life
me.
force and has a 1-word name?
Yeah. The Killer's Vow thing is... I reckon you've done this game before.
Not this game. A game in this series
Not this one,
many
but
times.
Yes. Yes.
'Cause
A
there's
game
30
in the
of them.
series. Yes.
Conservatively.
Yeah.
I think I know what this is.
I reviewed this series twice this year. Sick. Go ahead.
Is this Assassin's Creed Rogue?
Hey!
Rogue.
Yes. Rogue. Mutant who sucks up your life force. And once she touches...
It
he
took
feels
me a
the
while
powers.
because I was not thinking X-Men, but then I was like, wait.
Yeah.
What, mutant? Why weren't you thinking X-Men?
Yeah, I was thinking of like, is there a name for a mutant? Like, is it like a real thing, not a comic book thing? And that threw me for a minute. But yeah.
It's also that thing. It's not a super long name, but if I make it a nice long thing...
Is that
it
set
throws you
in
off
New
a little
York?
bit.
They're set in New York.
I don't know that it's all set in there. There are levels in it.
It's like
It was a
yeah,
mix,
it's got sections.
It had a lot of ship
Oh,
stuff, so
Yeah.
you go places. All right.
Okay.
Number 2, and I'll be putting them in our private chat every time. Number 2 is Ultimate Hurting 2, The Drop of Ultimate Hurt. You both know and have most likely played the shit out of this game on your original Xbox or PC.
Ultimate Hurting.
Ultimate Hurting.
The,
Jack,
the drop of Ultimate Hurt.
Nick.
Yes. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne.
Oh, nice. Great. Well
yeah, I got your
played.
points. There you go.
Yeah, that's a great game.
I made a lot of these.
Well played, Nick. That's
I don't
good.
know. I don't know that I can fit this next one on OBS. Hold on. Can I? Oh, just barely. I got to change it. Make it smaller. All right. All right. Everything's cleared. We're ready to go. The next one is Penis Jerk Kids : Regent Vietnamese Army. The recognized contest of the film. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Penis Jerk Kids.
Jerk Kids.
Regent Vietnamese Army, the recognized.
No. I know the first part, but I don't know the rest.
First part, Penis Jerk Kids.
I know Penis Jerk Kids. I just don't know. It's one of those games where if I say to you what the first part is, you'll get the rest of it. Because I don't know the rest of it.
Do you know what
Regent?
Penis Jerk Kids?
I'm now trying to figure out Regent Vietnamese Army. The recognized contest of the film.
Penis Jerk Kids. Penis Jerk Kids. What the fuck? I never thought I'd say the words Penis Jerk Kids 100,000 times.
It's been fun. Listen, you guys try and
Yeah,
get this. Nobody's gotten this.
I think I know Penis Jerk Kids. I just
How
don't know
does he
the
know
rest.
Penis Jerk
Look,
Kids?
Well, hold on. I'll tell you now.
Ryan
Is this
Fancy
an
did it,
old
but not the
game,
whole thing.
Jesse?
Huh?
Is this a really old game?
This is an original Xbox game, if memory serves. I got a Reese's peanut butter cup. I didn't really have any drinks. Original
If it's
Xbox
the game I
game.
think it is. Yeah. If it's the game I think it is, then it's an old game.
So this one isn't. This was 2002, 3. Let me see.
Regent Vietnamese Army.
Look, it's got a word in there that there's no other way to really say. When the hell did this come out? There was another game in this franchise that came out this year.
What?
Oh,
was
then
it
it's not
360?
the game I thought
This
it
was
was.
a 360 game. I might be off. No, this is a different one.
Jerk kids.
Oh, I think it was Cross.
Man.
I think it came out for both. Original Xbox and then a 360 version.
Oh, then it's not the game I thought it was. Sorry.
2005.
I was going to say
is when it came out.
Dick Tracy. Was there a Dick Tracy video?
So it's not even just knowing the name of the
Dick
game.
Tracy?
It's the whole name of this game is so stupid.
I thought it was Dick Tracy.
The chat
It's not Dick
has
Tracy then.
almost gotten it, but they actually haven't gotten the name. It's so dumb. But if you want to take a guess, otherwise I'm going to start the timer.
Can I have a year?
2005. November
I think I know
14th,
what this is.
2005.
I think I know what this is, and I've played
The
this.
17th. Yeah,
And I've talked about it a lot.
Oh, yeah,
because
no.
I don't like being displayed things.
It's the whole name, though, is really weird.
I think I can do the whole name because I
All right.
remember laughing at it.
hmm
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie.
Wow, you got it. You're the dumbest
Penis
freaking name.
jerk kids. Why penis jerk kids?
Peter, penis.
Yeah.
Jerk kid, Jackson. Regent,
What's
king.
Peter and penis? What's Peter and penis?
Jack off, son, penis, jerk, kids. I mean,
but
it's
why
dark.
is Peter penis?
I guess it is in America, but not other places. It's like a nickname for it.
Yeah, it's not over here. I only got that because I know that you played the fucking god awful Kong game.
When I saw penis jerk kid and I said, "Is it an old game?" You go, "Yes." I immediately went to Dick Tracy because isn't there a Dick Tracy video game?
I know you get Tracy out of Jerk Kid. But hey, he's a jerk
Yeah,
kid.
there
He's
is.
a-
There's a Dick. There's an old
Oh,
Dick
yeah, there's a
Tracy
lot of Dick
video
Tracy
game, and
stuff.
it's set in New York, I think. So that's why I was like, "Oh yeah, Dick Tracy."
All right, as bad as that
We're
one
gonna
is, the
get
next one's worse.
demonetised for saying that over and over. Penis jerk kids.
All right, the next one's dumber, if you want to believe that, and I don't think you're going to get it. Because I had heard of this, but I highly doubt either of you have. The next one is... Oh boy. Shit.
Shit.
Gifted, robotically enhanced assault group.
Oh my god. Shit.
Anyone gets this in chat, you cheer for me.
Shit. Gifted robotically enhanced assault group.
And I guess it should be S.H.I.T to match the game. Let me do that.
Ah, okay.
S.H.I.T. Gifted, robotically
Shit.
enhanced assault group.
Now you've just given the game away for me. I'm just trying to remember the full name. Was this an NES game?
I actually don't remember.
I feel like this was an NES game. And I remember laughing at this when I was a kid at a mate's house because the acronym was... I don't know if I can get the full thing. I'm going to give it. All right, and if Nick ends
this
up
was
getting
Nintendo Entertainment System in
acronym
1991.
was SCAT. And I remember laughing my head off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this
All right,
game.
you got
I've never heard
enough.
of this
Special-
game.
You've got enough. Try
Special
and get the
something
rest.
team. I can't remember what the full thing was.
Do it. Special. What is robotically enhanced for C?
Cybernetic.
And then
Uh,
A.
assault attack.
And then T for group. Team. Boom. You got it.
Team.
Special Cybernetic Attack Team. Scat.
Fucking hell.
Holy shit, and John wins on the
Never
dumbest
heard of it.
fucking game. That's what I was saying. This was just that I couldn't believe this
Never
name.
heard of it.
One to put in there, not this is actually something you'd know. And he got it.
Man.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
19
it.
That's really unusual as well. That is purely because it was called Poop.
That's the only reason I remember
Never
it is
heard
from
of it.
seeing it back then. But yes. Well,
Oh man.
congratulations, John. You've won one. Not
Thank
that
you.
it matters
Thank
anymore.
you. We'll do the rest for funsies
Not bad,
because
huh?
it was very funny.
All right.
These are some good ones this year. I love it.
Thank you. Next one
End of year
is
treat.
Warriors of Serendipity. Warrior of Serendipity. Sick.
Oh,
Soldier of Fortune.
Correct.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, Serendipity is a rather lovely John Cusack rom-com.
John Cusack.
Mm.
Mm.
That'll be the
John
next thing we
Cusack,
can
is
do
it
in.
Sandra Bullock as well.
No, it's not Sandra Bullock. It's
Who was it with him?
oh, I can't remember her name. Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
It is. Oh, is that Kate? It's Kate Beckinsale.
That's the one.
Kate
Yeah.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale,
God, she's
yeah,
beautiful.
thank you, yeah.
God, Kate Beckinsale is beautiful.
Next one.
Like crazy beautiful. Like
Very
just
He's calling her crazy?
Oh,
That's not very
God.
nice. Next one is
like
Adolescent
amazing.
Monstrous Assassin Terrapins. Adolescent. Nick.
Teenage
Oh, he
Mutant
beat me
Ninja
on the
Turtles.
buzz.
You beat you. You got it.
Differences between buzzing there. As soon as you said terrapins, I'd click. So I was like,
No, I got the Adolescent Monstrous.
straight away, boom. Okay.
I had to do. If we do New York, you kind of have to do that one. It's just trying to find a new way to do it. All right. Next one is Calico Chief Wiggums, The Partitioning.
Calico Chief Wiggums.
Mhm.
What?
Every time I bring up the word cat around here, what does it end up being used for? And what's Chief Wiggum's first name?
Oh. Oh,
Nick.
yeah. Tom Clancy's The Division.
Correct.
Nice.
Ah.
Again, names are tough. They have to be bad and dumb. I don't know of a way to not make them be stupid, but being stupid is fun. Ooh, all right, here's another one.
Of course, I get them all. I get them all after it's finished.
Mhm.
Always the way, mate.
You're pulling the
All my
sick.
pain.
All right, the next one is The Shadiness. The Shadiness. Sick.
The darkness.
Correct.
I buzzed like almost straight away.
I fucking loved the darkness on 360.
I haven't played it.
Fucking... What? Man,
haven't
it's a
played it.
legit. It was back in
It
the day.
doesn't-
Probably
it-
feels like shit at 30.
It holds
now,
up
but-
a tiny little bit. It's very try-hardy and doesn't look the best, but you can
Backwards
still
compatible.
see. Yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You
They're
can
really
see
good.
the skill, even though it wasn't like a huge budget thing.
Yeah.
All right. Let me clear the buzzers. The next one is going to be Conclusive Impermanent Bloodshed 3. Has a level set in New York. 1 level.
Conclusive.
Yeah, Darkness has a lot of rats. Ooh, Cisco Roke. Got it immediately. God damn, impressive. This was an arcade game first, though this version might not have been arcade first, because this was a revision of the original. Nick.
Conclusive impermanent bloodshed. All go on.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Correct?
Nice. Nice.
Got that on Saturn.
It was a
Sega Saturn.
fantastic game. Fixed
Very
a lot
good.
of...
Arguably the best Mortal Kombat,
yeah,
arguably.
built off of one of the worst. The original Mortal Kombat 3 was rough and missing a lot of stuff, and they brought it back, like Scorpion.
I never played the Mortal
You're-
Kombat 3. I only ever played Ultimate.
Yeah, you're lucky. All right, the final one is one word. That word being mock-up. Mock-up. An Xbox IP now.
Oh.
Sick.
I feel like I should know this.
You do. You do. Because it's prototype.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow, a clean
Nice.
sweep. 10-0 for John, according to the scoreboard. Way to go. Holy shit.
Thanks, everyone.
I've never seen that. That's so impressive. I think that undoes Nick winning for the year, and now he owes you a game.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
yeah,
I'd love that to be actually true.
Yeah, at least I'd actually buy the game.
Fucking hell.
At least you don't have a
Don't-
$10,000
actually-
or $15,000 debt to pay off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got your back, John.
Oh, no, I've only got only got
Well, you
10K
paid some,
left.
but still, you hadn't.
Yeah, I still finish it. I'll have it paid off within this week coming. So, I don't think now. Look, I can see as much as the chat is definitely hankering for the Rumourmill. I also suspect they just want more game show shenanigans, right? Because what they may not know is that there's a certain end of the year tradition.
I completely forgot about
I
this.
completely forgot about it, but Jesse didn't.
No,
There's an
my
end of the
wife
year.
didn't. She is.
Thank
It's
you,
one of
Amanda.
her favorite things. I got to text her right now.
I can't believe I forgot. I'm disappointed in myself that I completely forgot the Friends quiz. So
Now,
I shouldn't have left buzzing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I left it too. I'll make a new one.
Come on back.
We all left buzzing.
I didn't even think about
I'm still
buzzing
in
for this because we're just gonna be like, just yell it out.
No. You need buzzing.
If you're a
no, I know.
fan,
buzzing's great.
if you're an XboxEra fan, you'll happen to know that a long time ago, and I'll tell the story. I'll set this up. A long
New
time
buzzing
ago,
in there.
when we were young and idealistic,
I'm still young. Look at me.
Our fledgling podcast, the fledgling XboxEra podcast. And as Nick and I were getting to know each other, because, fun fact, we've never met in real life, right?
No.
That's going to change this year because Nick's going to do everything
Hopefully.
he can to get to Germany
We'll
and
see.
we'll be at Gamescom
We'll see.
for our first ever in-person show with Jesse as well.
We'll
But
see.
we found out through conversation and went off on this massive tangent because we found out we were both big fans, having grown up on
Friends.
everyday E4 for me in the UK, the sitcom Friends. And ever since, it's been an end of year tradition to have a kind of a bit of a Friends knowledge face off.
How many have we done?
I think we've done 2 or 3.
Have we?
Yeah, I don't know if
I feel like I've won all of them. I feel like I've won all of them.
I
too.
feel like, and I was going to add, I feel like you're the bigger Friends super fan. So
When Nick's into something, he's really into something.
he's really into it, So well, I'll do my best. Let's see how
What's
we
that
fare.
music?
Columns. I don't want
And
to.
obviously, it would be
Final.
it would be remiss of us not to mention Matthew Perry. May he rest in peace.
Haunting music, Columns. Columns has haunting music.
so good.
Like that's darker than what that sort of game should have.
And it was so hard that it
why
made it
is
like
this-
extra creepy.
Yeah, Columns was great though. Columns is such a good game. I love that shit on my Game Gear. So good.
All right, I guess I'll go.
All
With I'll play the
Okay.
Friends music.
Yes, go with the Friends.
But really quietly because it gets really irritating after a while.
because the actual song's
What?
not any
No,
good.
not turning it off.
Oh,
Please,
sorry.
Lord. Save me.
Because that's actually technically not a good song. But anyway.
Yeah.
Technically, no, in any way, shape, or form,
Sweet.
it's not. All right, what are we gonna do? Best of 100?
Okay.
I'm kidding,
Please
chat. I'm kidding,
go.
chat. We'll do best of 10 because they're quick. I won't be long
Okay,
with them.
go on.
10.
Go on.
First to what is it? 6, whatever. All right, and I will try. I'm just gonna do this like name a game. Boop, boop, boop.
Okay.
Okay. Means I gotta
So we have
move
to
some
buzz
stuff.
in, yeah? It's not just quick
Yeah,
answer. we have
buzz
to
in.
Buzzing.
All right.
Buzzing.
All right.
Question number 1. Who was
Yeah.
the first to find out Monica and Chandler were dating? Sick.
I just saw Nick had renamed himself on Buzzin to Chenandler Bong. It was Joey.
Correct. All right. 1-0 sick yet again. Will he get to 6 first? Question number 2 is: which one of Joey's sisters did Chandler hook up with?
Fuck.
Chandler Bong.
Maria.
I don't know if that's correct or not. It is Mary Angela. Were they known as Maria?
Oh, fuck Mary.
Oh, I wouldn't give him that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I wouldn't give him
All right.
that.
Yeah.
It's
All
not
right.
the same name, is
yeah,
it?
I was gonna say it's a Marie Angela. No.
Yeah.
It stays 1-0 Nick. John. Sorry, I said John.
Yeah, I got
second
that wrong. I got that wrong.
All right. Don't worry, Chad. I'm flying through these. The next one is: when Ross falls asleep on the train, where does he end up? Chandler Bong.
He's good.
Uh,
He's just buzzing. He
shit.
doesn't even fucking know. He's just getting in
Timer's
first,
going.
hoping his memory
No.
will
He ends up in
7,
Canada. He ends up in
6.
Canada.
Where in Canada? 5, 4, 3,
Shit.
2,
Montreal.
1. You got it, Montreal.
Nice. Okay. I
I know he was. Wasn't he going to Poughkeepsie? Wasn't he trying to go to
I've never watched
Poughkeepsie?
the terrible show.
Yes, he was trying to go to Poughkeepsie.
Right.
He was trying to go to Poughkeepsie. Yeah.
Question number
You are
3.
really good at this.
We are killing Tom Henderson. He's probably jumped out a window. Number 3 is, who was Ross's first wife? Sick. Oh, no, Chandler Bong got it.
What?
No.
I definitely press that first.
No, it is rollback netcode. From Australia, Nick clicked it first by probably a second,
bullshit.
and it fixed itself. Chandler
Carol.
Bong. Incorrect. No, that's
Carol.
correct. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Got you. Got him.
What?
I forgot rollback netcode's cool. That's why
Yeah.
Buzzin.
Oh,
Buzzin.live if you ever want to use this free scoreboard or buzzer thing.
Okay.
Keepthescore.com is the scoreboard thing I use. And it's also
Yeah.
out of line. You can see a line behind it. It's driving me crazy. I got to fix it real quick. It needs to go up just a little tiny bit. There we go.
So what's the score?
The score now is, what is it, 3-1, Nick? Or 2-1, Nick? Jesus Christ.
Is it?
2 to 1.
Pretty sure it's 3. I don't
2?
remember pressing up. 3-1, Nick.
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Yeah, you got the Montreal right before time. Don't worry, Nick. I'm not letting you
Yeah.
steal one this year. Just because I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Slick moves. Motherfucker, I saw you. Next one. Where did Monica and Chandler first get together?
Wait, the buzzer.
I clicked it.
London.
That's.
What in London?
Should have got rid of that question.
I'll get rid of it. It doesn't count. He was trying to.
Oh, of course it doesn't.
You also got it wrong. It was Ross's wedding in London. You didn't say the full thing. I wouldn't have given it to you.
Come on.
There you go.
Come
There you go,
on.
Suffer.
You wouldn't have got it anyways. All right. The next one is. Everything's cleared? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, who did Phoebe name her brother's daughter after? Chandler Bong.
Chandler.
Correct.
Chandler's the girl. Chandler's the girl. Where have I heard that? Chandler's the girl's name. Chandler's the girl's name.
Nick is definitely the super fan of Friends. Like, there's no way I can compete.
What does Joey name his Barca lounger?
Oh.
Fucking aneurysm. Jesus Christ, man.
That information is not in my brain.
Oh! Starting the
Shit.
timer. This is a quick game show. Timer's going.
Ah,
8,
shit.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, it's going to
2,
destroy me. It's
1.
going to destroy me.
Rosita. Rosita.
Fuck.
R-O-S-I-T-A.
Fuck.
Oh boy, this one's long. Okay, hold on. Let me get this to fit in. No one's buzzed. Boop, boop. Next question is, when Monica gets her credit card stolen, what does she tell the thief her name is?
Yeah, man. Like, there's no
Ooh.
way. I'm not a Friends super
Starting
fan.
the timer.
Oh, yeah. What does she tell her?
Sick.
Rachel Green.
Incorrect.
I took a stab.
Take a guess, Nick.
What does she tell her?
5.
No, I can't remember.
right.
I was actually going to say Phoebe, but it's not Phoebe.
Nope. The name is Monana. M-O-N-A.
Yeah.
Monana.
I didn't think it was one of the friends. I thought it was just some other name. Yeah.
All right, clearing buzzers. The next question is, what name was on Chandler's mail? Sick.
Ms. Chandler Bong.
Correct.
Yeah.
I had to do that one when
Would
I
you have docked points if I'd have just said Chandler Bong?
Yes, I wouldn't have given it to you.
Okay, I'm glad I remembered the Ms.
My name, Chenin LeBon.
All right. The next one is, which Sprouse twin played Ben, Ross's son?
Reset the buzzer.
Oh, God damn it. Trying to do it too quick. Which
Sprouse?
Sprouse?
I can't remember those.
S-P-R-O-U.
I can't remember those actors' names. I can't remember those kids' names.
Yeah, no idea.
Okay, it was Cole Sprouse. You're not a super fan. Terrible.
No, clearly not.
Everyone's pissing on
Cole.
it. Yeah.
Hold on, didn't they both plane? Because of the whole law against kids
Don't know.
working certain hours? They were twins.
I have no
It
clue.
was both of them playing Ben.
Yell at
they
the
both
Today
played
Show's friggin' Friends quiz if you want. I don't give a shit.
Ben.
Next
No,
question
today
is
wrong. It's
which
both
character
kids.
said the iconic line, "Pivot, in the show. Sick.
No!
Ross.
No! And I like the fact that the Buzz Players is right there, so can't fake it. Roll back netcode, baby. All right, it is 4-3. First to 6 wins. Because we're going quick. I've messed up the buzzer a few times, but the buzzer's good. The next question is, what was Ross's monkey's name? Sick.
Oh, what? Oh my god, I can't remember it.
Starting the timer.
Marcel.
10. You got it. Tied at 4.
Fucking yeah, come on.
These times, Nick's more awake now. It's
He's
an actual
very
fight.
fired up. He wants this. This.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, if I win, you have to buy me a game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
All right. Next question is, what is Chandler's middle name? Sick.
Fucking come on. Muriel.
Incorrect. Correct.
Fuck off. I know I'm right.
5-4. A commanding comeback. Will he choke it away like he always does?
Come on.
All right, I'm just going to write down the list here. Okay. Everything's set for a potential win or a potential tie. The next question is,
why would it be a potential win?
He has 5 now.
First to 6.
Who was Chandler's college roommate? Sick.
Ross Geller.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm the Friends super fan.
All right, now we're going to do the remaining, where there's like 85 more. Let's go through them all, everyone. I mean, or not. That was our game show segment. Okay. Wow.
Brilliant.
What a comeback. I am
That
impressed.
felt good.
The man who normally chokes away every game we play actually came through. Miracles can happen. But now the thing everyone stuck around for.
I'd really like the Sonic game. Nick, so if you want
Sonic Mania 2.
You owe me Sonic Superstars.
Okay. Right.
You owe him the piece of shit that is Sonic Superstars. But now it is time to hit the Rumourmill button.
It's the Rumourmill button. Look at that.
It's the
Rumourmill. You've never heard that before. It's the Rumourmill. Things change, we can't be sure. It's the Rumourmill. You know they may not come true.
The XboxEra podcast is not responsible for websites presenting these rumors as facts.
All right. We're back with the Rumourmill.
Okay.
We don't have Rumourmill music, do we?
No, we don't.
No.
But I'm so glad we kept everyone watching through the game shows, because this is the Rumourmill to end the year on. Like, I can't hype this up enough. This is so fucking huge. Like, you're going to see it all over the internet. You're going to see it on Eurogamer, on IGN. They're going to be calling Nick up. Like,
They're all coming back from their year-end vacations. So everyone's coming
absolutely
back
insane.
into work.
This, I wouldn't be surprised, right? And I'm not joking. Do you remember when I can't remember when the
Tom.
Smash Brothers character reveals on Twitter went down? Do you remember when that kind of? This is that kind of level.
Okay.
Right? So, I won't pick it up anymore because I don't want to get like overhyped here. But
And
Nick,
before
over
we get
you.
to it, we've got a super tat from Don Johnston. Happy New Year's, guys. In time demo out 2024. I think that's the game he's working on. He bought some advertising.
Cool. Oh, right. Is he really working on a game?
I don't know, because he's a bit of a joker. So
I know, because last week he said his dad was dead, and it was like joking. So now I don't know what to take
JK lol.
seriously.
All right.
JK's
The Rumourmill.
Just jokes. Rumourmill. So last week, right as the show ended, I got a DM, and the DM's like, "You still going?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Man, I got this for you." I'm like, "Damn." So now I need to preface this. Last week I got this DM, and I immediately jumped into a DM with iFireMonkey, who was in our chat, the famous Fortnite leaker slash what do they call it?
There he is.
When you get into the back end files and shit, and you what do they call it?
data scraping.
I can't remember the name. There's a name for it, and when you can get into the
And everyone immediately leaves because Fortnite was brought up.
Oh God, lol! It's a
So-
Fortnite room.
So I got in. I got a DM. I said to iFireMonkey last week. I'm like, man, I just got a DM about someone coming to Fortnite, and then I told him who it was, and he's like, oh, he goes, some people have been speculating that character is coming based on a on a loading screen in this season's Fortnite. So I don't want people thinking that this is me jumping on some bandwagon. I got this DM and I sent it to iFireMonkey last week, so he could verify that. So last week I was told that Devil May Cry is coming to Fortnite, and I was like, holy
Fucking hell.
shit.
Twitter's already down. It's
I
already
was
down.
like, Devil May Cry is so good. So there was also a second one that I'm a bit hesitant to say, and maybe Ricky can clarify how that second character I told him about would work. But Devil May Cry, and then I asked, because Devil May Cry is quite a few characters who. Now, they believe it's Dante. Dante is one of the... Dante should be obvious. And the other guy, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? There's like Nero, there's Virgil, there's so many options for Devil May Cry. So I think Dante's like the safe bet. But man, I got a perfect fit for Fortnite. Now, the other one, hold on, stop. The other one that I got told, and this is the one I'm funny on. Can you turn it down?
All right, fine.
Turn it down, because I can hardly hear myself think.
Oh, you're actually upset. Okay, here it
God.
comes.
Now,
All right, fine.
the other one that I got told about is a weird one, and I'm not sure how this would work because of how the hitboxes are on Fortnite. The other one I got told about that I was a bit odd on was Jake Sully from Avatar. Is it Jake Sully that's Avatar?
Ooh, what do you got
It
there,
is
Sick?
Jake Sully.
The Jake Sully.
Yeah. Let me just triple check that, but yeah, I'm pretty
I'd buy
sure.
whatever you're holding there, John. What is that?
Yeah,
Wait,
Jake
where
Sully
is
is Avatar.
They're like
Played by
14 feet
Stephen
tall.
Worthington.
So yeah.
And that's why I was odd. That's why I found Jake Sully odd,
You are
because my
odd.
guess is they're not just gonna have the dude Jake Sully. It's just fucking what's his name? That
Well,
Aussie actor
also
that
he'd
looks
be
like
in a
cardboard.
wheelchair,
Yeah, you can walk
so he'd be rolling around everywhere.
That's what I
in
mean. And the
Fortnite.
at the
avatar,
speed of sound.
the avatar,
It's another Sonic
the
reference.
Navi are like super
Yeah, they're like
tall.
14 feet tall or something.
So I don't know how that would work in Fortnite. Like the tallest character at the moment in Fortnite, I think, is the banana. I think Peely.
What is this? That sentence is just so stupid.
I think Peely is the tallest character in Fortnite at the moment.
Really?
So I don't know how the Navi would work, like a Navi character would work. So I was a bit funny on that one. But
When are
Devil
we
May
starting the
Cry.
Fortnite era podcast so we can have all these rumors?
Oh yeah, I know, bad. Man, Devil May Cry is such a perfect fit though. Now there's a loading screen in Fortnite this season, and people were speculating Devil May Cry may come because on this loading screen, which is the Agent Jones one,
Okay.
if you look at his gun, there's a reflection in his gun of a character that appears to be Dante from Devil May Cry. It
Wow.
appears to be. So there has been speculation that Dante will come to Fortnite. So I got the DM last Sunday, my time, so this time last week, that Dante's coming to Fortnite. And immediately DM'd Ricky / iFireMonkey about it.
Riveting.
That is why he's in the chat.
Hi, iFire Monkey. Thanks for hanging out.
Microtransaction era coming next year.
Yeah.
Your latest news on where
But
you can
yes.
waste money.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone.
So, wasn't that? But hey, it's not about the finish. It's about
The
Man,
70
that
people that just
Ninja
immediately left.
That Ninja Turtles one, He goes, I think we need a Fortnite quiz next year.
Yeah, I mean that would literally just be me asking questions and only Nick having any chance of answering them.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be like, what?
That's why it's a good one. And then
I don't
John has
know,
to give
my-
me a Fortnite skin. He has to get me
my son-
V-Bucks as a prize.
My son has
God.
started playing Fortnite a lot. Like he
the best.
spunked his gift card on V-Bucks. So
My kid stole money
it's
from me
cute.
for
It's cute to
$30
see
once.
him working together with his friends. So I don't mind.
It's the best.
I don't mind.
It is the best. Fortnite is so good.
Yeah,
It's so
Um,
good.
But yeah,
boy.
Yes. So, hey, that Turtles one, mate. That Turtles, when I did the Turtles leak, that was huge. That was a big one. And here they are. The Turtles are here.
2 years later.
That's the problem. We have no idea when Dante will come. Well, is he going to come in a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years? I don't know how Epic do it. I have no idea how Epic do it. Because they sign those deals well in advance.
Yeah. Well, it takes a while to create the assets. There might be
Yeah,
another Devil
don't
May Cry
know.
game coming
Like-
that's being aligned to the release
But,
of
but
their
they
new
don't always
Fortnite.
align it. They don't always
No?
align it. So I got told about the Paramount Turtles deal 2 years ago. This time 2 years ago, and then, and then there was the movie this year, and they didn't release them with the movie. They released
No.
them 4 months after the movie. Why didn't they do it with the movie?
Weird.
Like it's just weird. Like I don't know how they. I just don't know. Oh, did I just get another? Did I just get another DM right now that they're like, go with this on the Rumourmill 2, and it's
Oh.
Xbox related. It's Xbox related. It's Xbox
You
related.
might make it up to everyone.
Hold on. Hold on.
Let's ad lib. If you enjoy XboxEra, enjoy watching me and Nick play silly game shows for some of the time, feel free to support us on Patreon by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra.
I'm checking my DMs.
He's
They're-
checking.
I'm
he's checking.
saying,
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
just
sure?
ad-libbing.
Because this is,
Is this sizable? Is this a sizable rumor mill?
I think so.
Okay,
Everyone-
well,
I
what?
think so.
Took too long.
Hey,
Everyone's left. We've lost like 60 people.
Someone said, "What's up with the audio? What's up? What is up with the audio? You tell
What's
me.
up with the audio?
I don't know.
What's
it should
up
be
with
fine.
the audio?
StreamYard shows normal sounds for you and me.
Yes, it sounds fine. I don't know.
No one else has complained.
Sounds okay to me.
All right. What is it, Nick? You going to say it?
Come on, Nick. Just go.
I
for
don't
it.
know. I don't know if.
He said yes.
It's one of. Yeah, I know, but it's one of those things that's sort of a big deal-ish, kind of, and it like if it doesn't happen in a month, everyone's going to be like, "Ugh." So I'm
okay.
just like not.
Can you
He's
run it?
saying-
Can you run it in the private chat to me and Jesse so we can give our opinion on whether it's a good idea to talk about this or not?
Okay.
Bear with us, folks. Bear with us.
Be really fun if he accidentally types it in YouTube chat.
In it's YouTube
The public chat.
just totally shits the bed. Oh dear. Where are you putting it? Discord to private chat? What are you doing?
I think it's private chat. Shit. Yeah, it is private chat. It is private chat.
I think I think that's fine.
Especially, just emphasize rumor mill, not leak. This is definitely.
I know,
happening.
but that's not how everyone treats it. They don't treat it like a
Fuck
rumor
'em.
mill.
Fuck
That's
'em all.
fine. Fine, go on, go for it.
Okay. All right. So now, impromptu part 2 rumor mill. Impromptu part 2 rumor mill. What I'm hearing.
Reading.
I just got a DM about it. What I'm hearing is that Xbox are nearly done with their achievement overhaul, with changes to achievements, and we should be seeing it next year. So I guess when they say next year, I assume they're aware of the fact that it's New Year's Eve. So I'm guessing they mean 2024 there. But we should be, at the very least, being shown it because you know how sometimes they put stuff in beta and then it goes through different rings. So it might be one of those things that makes its way through. I don't know. They're not saying that. I'm saying that.
Always a speculation that it's now.
I can't help it. Because I'm trying to clarify.
But hey, like Jason did a super chat earlier on in the show where he asked, like, for me, one of the things I'm really looking for.
I know.
in
Jason
2024
asked that he wants to see the achievement overhaul. And then I'm like, I just got a DM about it now that they should be at least showing, maybe not releasing, but at least showing the achievement overhaul, whatever that looks like next year. That people have been. And isn't it funny? We were talking about it with Macca.
Yeah.
We were saying, and I said that I had heard, I got a DM like, how long ago was it, Jesse? Like a year ago or so about changes to achievements. I just got this right now while we were on air. They're like, I'm watching your show. You want this?
Boom.
Like, all right. I'm like, all right.
I'll take it. All right.
So I wasn't going to because I was a bit funny about it, but yeah.
It's a potential. It's a rumor. I mean, now it's fact, and it's just another guess you got wrong.
It's a
that's all you
rumor.
did.
It's all rumors for me. I'm not
You
Tom
just
Henderson. I'm not Jeff Grubb. I'm just a dude. I keep saying it. I'm a pleb that just people give stuff to, and I trust most of these people,
with your
There you
life.
go.
rightly or wrongly. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
There you go. Saved it with an Xbox One
Saved
right
it.
at the end.
Saved it. Well played.
One of the
You all
few
got
Xbox
upset.
ones
You all
this
got
year.
upset. You all got upset at Fortnite.
Honestly, watching the betrayal hit home in the chat at the time was glorious.
They all got upset about Fortnite leak, Fortnite skin, and then saved it right at the end. With
Well,
Xbox.
and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, as we wind down the final podcast of 2023, it's time, as always, for us to show that extra little bit of love to our Patreon supporters via their exclusive perk of being able to annoy us every week with community questions.
Oh
There's
God,
not a
we've got that
crazy
too,
amount,
don't we?
Yeah,
Yep.
we've got that too. We
That's
you
why
know,
I was
this-
being
this-
fast with the friends quiz because we've been on a long time.
Yeah, my bladder's pretty full here. You know, like
Oh,
I
God.
finished this pint of juice. some
We're
time
too
ago,
we are too
so-
professional. Where like most other shows, they go live. They haven't even set up their cameras or their audio, and they just do it while they're live. You can just go take a piss. It's fine. Let's go.
I know. I let's see how we get. You know, I've got a bladder of steel, so I'll be fine.
Hold on. I'm just updating my OneNote.
Okay, I'll do the first one while you're doing that.
No.
First. Oh, fucking hell,
I'm
he likes
done.
It. He likes it. I like to read my questions out every week.
Okay.
It's my job.
All right. First question. Jesse brother. Happy holidays, sauce fellas. I like that. It sounds like a little old Greek lady. Happy holidays. That's how they- happy holidays. That's how little old Greek ladies talk English. Happy holidays, sauce fellas. And hey, we spoke too soon about Game of the Year. It wasn't Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, or any other deserving choices. It was apparently Spider-Man 2. Sony just needed to make their own awards show and give it to themselves. My question is for Nick. Seeing how so many Australian actors can do such good American accents, can you? If so, could you lay it on us? And I promise I'm not secretly hoping it's bad so I can laugh at you. I mean, it can't be any worse than the abomination that Jez does. But there's so many American accents.
Yeah,
There's so many variants. And
You
so
have
there's like-
anyone that you
there's-
do okay?
There's Boston. There's the Boston accent.
See, no,
and
that's
there's the
actually more New York. New York is
New
very
York
So
and
Boston's more like
New York.
everything's an and because that's where I was
Boston.
from. Yeah, Boston. Like
Yeah, Boston.
Pakistan, Harvard Yard is actually more Maine, but people always associate with
Yeah,
Boston.
yeah.
But yeah, fuck
Yeah,
off, dude. That's
Boston.
Boston. A lot of fucks.
Yeah. New York. No, you
prefer
fucking
the-
relax. You fucking relax. That's
I
New
prefer
York,
this
isn't it?
southern drawl. You know, where you draw
Yeah,
out all the
there's-
sounds and you make yourself sound like that guy. You know, that's
Oh,
that's
that
the
guy.
accent for me.
What about- what
I'm
is Mr.
totally
Burns'
Southern American.
What is Mr. Burns'
Ellis, isn't it?
accent? What's his accent?
That's like
I can do him.
there's a mix of like the flyover, the Midwest,
It is.
trying to have as little accent as possible, but obviously it's still an accent thing that
My-
you heard
my
a lot,
least-
like old radio.
My least favorite is I
Cali Girl?
apologize.
The
I
Cali
apologize
Girl?
in advance.
The
It's the one where everything ends like slightly going
Like-
up,
like
so I'm constantly
whatever.
talking. Like it's
Like
always at the end of a
whatever.
question.
Yeah,
Like you
Valley
know what I
Girl.
mean? Like I have someone that I work with like that who just constantly
Like,
goes on.
Totally.
And
Oh yeah,
on.
Valley Girl. Valley Girl.
Oh, fuck
Totally.
me.
Yeah. I used
I'm
to
really
be able to do
proud
American
of
accents.
everybody coming together like a family, and yeah, it drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
If I had to star in movies and learn an American accent, it would take me a little while.
I
I
actually
used to be
think
able to do it really
Australians do British accents remarkably brilliantly.
Well, yes, that's
it's very
that-
close though already.
Well, I was
you
about
know.
to say there's an obvious reason for that.
Yeah.
Obvious
reason for
that,
old boy.
There's an obvious reason. You like Doug's? You like Doug's? You like Doug's? Periwinkle Blue, boss. The Periwinkle Blue.
You need to get all the accents now from like a Guy Ritchie film like The Gentleman.
Oh, fucking the snatch is so
Stop playing around, cunt. Do you know what I mean? All right, we're wrapping it up. Next question.
Periwinkle Blue. The Periwinkle Blue, boss. Okay. A78. Nick's accent is unique. I've never heard an Aussie accent like that. It's because there's a tinge of Greek to it. So if you don't live in an area that's got a lot of Greeks or Italians or anything like that, that's probably why. There's a touch of Greek to it. Ethnic Aussies, it's a little bit different. Okay. Okay. Hytham G. Happy early new year to you all, and I hope next year we have a positive future of gaming and such. And if you gents reach 200th episode, well, yeah, I'd like to think we're not going anywhere in the next couple of months. I'd like,
Weeks.
of this podcast, it'd be so dope if you gents invite Phil Spencer or Sarah Bond to your show.
We definitely invite them.
Wouldn't that
That would be
really?
cool, but
We would definitely
weren't-
invite them, but you know.
yes,
Whether they
we invite them. They weren't very happy with me last time.
There's an
So-
open invitation to Phil, Sarah, and anyone from the Xbox team if
Yeah.
they
And it would-
wanted to join
yeah.
the show. But you know,
They
like,
weren't.
come on.
Go. I was just going to
No.
say they weren't overly happy with me.
They
last
didn't
time.
love. They didn't love your style.
my persistence. My
Mm.
persistence.
But let me put it this way for the community. I think you know, episode 100 for us was a big deal, right? You know, it was, we achieved a lot, but also it was a really massive celebration. We had tons of people from across the Xbox community on.
Mm.
But more than anything, you guys fucking rocked that episode. It was insane. Do you remember how insane it was? It was just nuts, and we were freaking out how crazy it got. So, can you? And we also launched stuff. We launched day one. You know, that was a really cool thing to be able to do. Hey, did you know that? Did you know that, podcast listeners? If you go to day1.xboxera.com, you can get like an up-to-date, constant live list of everything in Game Pass. And if you have a forum account, you can like mark games as played. You can add your reviews. You can go find videos. You can go find forum chats. It's pretty cool. But we launched. We timed it so that launched on episode 100. Right? Are we planning things to be available as an enhancement to Xbox Era's ever expanding empire for episode 200? Yes. There you go. There you go. Next question.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. It looks like iFire Monkey had something ready.
Fired on Twitter.
Yeah. Because I told him about it last week. Creaky Legs. If Diablo 4 is not in Game Pass by February at the latest, that's weird, right?
No.
I mean, you can't tell me nobody from the Game Pass team has had a single conversation since closing the deal about getting the game on there ASAP above all else. What do you think? I
BattleNet
kind of
integration.
agree.
It's BattleNet integration. They will get those games into Game Pass when they can get PC and Xbox at the same time. And that's BattleNet integration, which shouldn't be too hard because they've already done it with Ubisoft. They've already done it with EA. They've already done it with Riot. So now they just got to have the time. It was the holidays. They weren't going to have people working around the clock. Yeah, they've got to have it so you can tie your Xbox account into your BattleNet, and then and BattleNet's a part of the Windows Store like the other ones become, and it all just
God, I
loads
forget
itself.
they own BattleNet now.
Yep.
They own BattleNet now, yeah.
And people are going to
That's
say they
right.
should just use BattleNet. No, BattleNet can barely support the very small amount of games that are on it. It is a very specific thing.
Okay. So do they eventually just get rid of BattleNet?
No, we know what they're doing. Everything goes into the Windows Store, and like everything's just a part of the Windows Store because they like you can get Epic Game Store. Like everything goes into Windows Store. It's all there, and you tie your Microsoft account into it.
Okay. I mean, I'm with Creaky Legs a little bit, but I understand that it might not be that quick and that simple. Because they've known about it for a while. Yeah. Like, yeah, they've known about the deal for a while now. It's not like it just sprung up on them.
Yeah. Work couldn't go on until they knew for sure to actually talk to the engineers on BattleNet to get it all set. But I think once the holidays are done, everyone's back from the holidays, that becomes a very high priority.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Shut up, John. You're talking too much.
Hi, everyone. I've always struggled with the idea that after 100 plus hours, a game no longer suffices and is thus bad. We sort of talked about this before. We made the jokes before. Diablo 4, Starfield, Halo Infinite, Destiny. Do people log hundreds of hours into games they hate, or does the semi-finality cause hate? Yours truly. I've only played 25 games over 100 hours and liked them all. P.S. Discussing film just shared you. That appeared in front of my eyes as I was reading.
What? Discussing film? Who? What? Who? What?
I don't know. It might have been about the Devil May Cry and Avatar thing. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know who discussing film is.
Quick,
It's
to
a
the Twitter.
account. It's a Twitter account.
Oh, okay. Big film? Is that big Twitter account?
Avatar and Devil May Cry collabs
is.
are rumored to be coming to Fortnite via XboxEra.
Yeah. See, you guys always get upset at Fortnite rumors, mate.
no.
The
I know they're
Fortnite
big.
rumors are big deal. I will never tell my sources to not give me Fortnite rumors because I also adore Fortnite, so I'm not going to fucking say no. When I got told about TMNT, I fucking shit a chicken. I was like, are you fucking serious? It's like, I got so excited about TMNT. And look how amazing those fucking turtles are. They're so good. Me and my son, we just went and spent like nearly 100 Australian dollars on buying the fucking turtles. Okay. Yes, we were talking about this before, about the whole... look, I can understand for a games as a service game where someone has put, like me, 3,000 hours into Rocket League and then they make changes that ruin the game for you and you wind up hating it because of changes made. If it's a single-player game, like a Starfield, like a Horizon Forbidden West, like a whatever, I don't understand how you can hate it after putting in 100+ hours.
How about 800
Like you put in
plus
100
hours?
hours. Yeah, like that I find odd.
It feels like it's just more of the zeitgeist that is becoming the discussion around the game, and it just people like being a part of. Well, everyone else is shitting on this. If I do it, I'm going to get a bunch of upvotes here on Reddit, or if I do put up a shit-tastic Steam review, I'm going to get a bunch of people that found this useful. Like, there's always that side to it.
Yeah. Oh my god. My Twitter notifications are going mental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And people see the clips and it's just me and John looking all sad and saying you can leave.
Falling asleep reading a magazine.
Oh wow, look who's back. Morventhus is back.
Morventhus returns.
I haven't seen Morventhus for a while. Hello all. Long time, no pick one or both question list for the Patreon lounge. Oh my god, that sentence just broke my brain a little bit. Hopefully the holidays treated you all well, and if you celebrate a gift-giving holiday, your folks and or you got plenty of joyous wonders. I did. Lots of nice socks that I bought myself. But without further ado, pick one or both to answer. A. A is like a thesis, and then B is like super fast. A. With us getting some news on ActiBliz games coming to Game Pass next year, what perks do you think will be added? Obviously, I can see a Hearthstone card pack or something being added, but I think perks towards Crash Team Rumble or Heroes of the Storm could really help games get players. HOTS, especially as it was put into maintenance mode due to lack of profitability. I think having hero unlocks with Game Pass could greatly increase player count. and probably get a good chunk of people to buy skins if they enjoy the game. Plus, a theoretical Xbox port could help spur more development in the game. Or B, what is your favorite Halo enemy?
On the first one, like I haven't thought about the perks that an Activision Blizzard King
Overwatch
being owned by
skins?
Microsoft.
You know
Twitch
what
has
they
them
do?
now.
Things.
That
Twitch has
what I
them
was
now.
going to say was what Twitch Prime gets. You just give that to game.
Call of
Yeah,
Duty
yeah.
skins.
That's a lot. It's Call
Overwatch
of Duty,
skins,
Overwatch,
Diablo. Yep.
There's Candy Crush and Soda Crush bundles of like consumables. Like
Yeah.
there's a fuck ton of ABK stuff.
Just
in
move
Twitch
those
Prime.
into Game Pass Ultimate.
Or copy them over, like either or.
I wonder if
No, stop giving them
They
to
prob-
Twitch.
They probably have a deal with them for a while.
I wonder
don't
if
have time
the
break
deal
it.
about Call of Duty though prevents them from giving exclusive skins or anything of that nonsense. Like, I
Yeah,
no
it would have to
idea.
be everyone with Amazon Prime. It redeems to your account with BattleNet. So if it's the same
Yes.
thing, it just redeems to your BattleNet account through Game
You can
Pass
be
Ultimate.
anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you got it.
Okay.
Boom, cross progression.
Yep.
And favorite Halo enemy, the Warden
Yes.
Eternal.
Ooh,
So easy.
interesting choice.
You get behind him with a
He's
splinter
saying
grenade
that
and a shotgun.
he's saying
gone.
that to be a contrarian wanker because
He's
he knows
literally
that
the
everyone
easiest
hates
thing.
the Warden Eternal.
Because they didn't know how
Yeah,
to
of
fight
course
him.
he is.
You could kill him in 2 seconds on Legendary. You're all bad.
No.
You could. My personal
Stupid.
favorite Halo enemy has got to be the Halo 1 hunters, where they
Oh,
were
God.
kind of imposing and threatening, but you could just go behind them and go pop.
When I was
But
playing that
I
on
would-
Christmas, I was getting mad at how easy they were. It's like they look so
Yeah,
cool,
they're so
they
easy,
sound so
but-
cool, and you just one-shot them. It's so stupid.
Yeah, the reality is the elite always.
Yeah.
like the elite, but it's the reach elites where they were like fucking mental.
They're
They were
scary.
really hard.
Warp,
Yeah, they
warp,
were
warp,
fucking
warp.
terrifying.
Warp, warp, warp. Warp, 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 warp. Mine's the grunts. The grunts are funny. And I
Yeah,
like how sometimes
the
they're just
infinite grunts,
sleeping.
too.
And
Yeah.
you just sneak up on them while they're sleeping. And you just whack them. You just dunk them on the head. I like the grunts. Okay. ShadyPinesSteve.
Your favorite.
Happy New Year to you all.
Aw.
Oh,
I'm
did it.
delighted. I'm back. I'm back in the Cool Kids
Everyone.
Club.
Everyone.
Thanks, bro.
Okay.
Happy New Year, Steve.
We know this
Okay.
name, John.
LeeLayfield.
Mhm.
Do you? Why? What's special about this name?
He's the one who won the book,
Oh.
I thought.
He is. He,
Oh,
I think
did
he
he?
won.
Oh.
Yeah, he won the special edition signed by
Right.
Mr. Phil Spencer himself.
Oh, nice. Hope you all had a great holiday, and thank you for the time you've put in all year to keep us entertained, especially Jesse
Jeez.
with reviews. Jeez. Yeah, I saw that. Jeez. Especially Jeez. I'm going to call you Jeez from now on because that's a great name.
At least
Jesus.
the one time someone doesn't spell my name with an I and then they miss an S and an E.
Jeez.
Jeez.
That's like Shape Shell Nick. That others say.
Sheesh pull. You were also sheesh pull.
Sheesh pull. Sheesh pull Nick and Shape Shell Nick. Jeez. My question is this. What successful game or franchise does nothing for you? Oh, God. Where do I
Oh
begin?
man, just one word
For me-
answers.
For me, it's The Last of Us. The gameplay is weak. Story mid. And at the end, when Ellie is on the table, I wanted the doctor to finish the job. I even stood waiting for a few minutes.
Come on, mate, get on with it. I ain't gonna shoot you.
Lastly, it's like, this is worse than a cutscene. I'm just waiting for the doctor to kill her. Lastly, I listened to you while in the gym. Tell me to get a move on or something inspirational. Yes, I drink Control. Oh, and GoldenEye is Game of the Year. No contest.
Wasn't even on
Right,
your
have we
list.
got some
Something
motivational
motivational. Okay.
Eye of the Tiger type music as
Okay,
well to
Lee,
play?
I know you're on that 7th rep. I know you're on that 7th rep of those dumbbell chest presses. Keep pushing, mate. Just keep pushing to that 8th
You can
rep.
do it.
Come on. You can just push, push, push. It's all you. It's all you. That's what, I'm not even touching it. I'm not even touching it. That's all you doing it. It's no one else.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. You're the best, Lee.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that was
As
good.
if I was spotting him. I'm
Yeah,
not even
sorry.
touching it. I'm not even touching it.
It's all you, buddy.
It's all you,
All
mate.
you.
It's all you. That's what my mate used to say when I'm doing the chest press. I'm like, ugh. He's like, I'm not even touching it. Look, I'm not touching it.
Oh,
As far as
I love it.
it'd be more like, what games don't you not care about between you two?
yeah. Oh, yeah. We have to answer the question. We did the fun bit.
Yeah.
We have to answer the question.
My question: what successful game does nothing for you? My God,
It's like
Red
most
Dead,
of them for
Mass,
both of you.
Baldur's
Mass
Gate.
Effect,
Massive
Baldur's
fuck off.
Gate, Mass Effect.
Fuck off.
Jesus, heaps of them.
You don't like
many.
Jesus?
Sea of Thieves. Yeah, I know.
Spider-Man.
Starfield, Spider-Man,
Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong,
Zelda. Yeah.
Pikmin from Nintendo does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Pikmin,
Punch Out,
whatever.
Street Fighter.
Sonic.
So many. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I'm not really into it
Tekken.
anymore.
Whatever.
Tekken.
Fortnite. Whatever.
God, you name it. So much. Like,
Yeah, it's
seriously,
loads.
so
There's
much.
tons. I can just go wax lyrical. Like there's
The
a
new
lot.
God of War compared to old God of War.
Yeah. Tell me
Horizon.
about it.
I did like Ghost of Tsushima. I really like Gravity Rush, and of
I
course that's
haven't
gone
played it.
forever. It's good.
I love
It
Gravity
is a
Rush.
it's
Gravity
it's a
Rush
mappy
2
ass.
is good.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a mappy ass map game. It might not be for you. It's not super long though, but
I'm not interested in it at all.
yeah, the fades to black were very annoying, but outside that, pretty good.
Gravity Rush 2 was great.
Mm-hmm.
Three to
not
go.
forever.
3 to go.
Okay, Soulblazers. Yo. So,
Hey.
Valhalla, the free DLC to God of War Ragnarok is out, and it was fantastic. Nick, I'm not sure if you've played it yet. I have not. But you absolutely should. In my opinion, it retroactively elevates the story of the original trilogy as well as these latest 2 games. But my question to the panel, Sony seems to be embracing this trend of roguelike modes as updates for their games. It's smart as it uses existing assets and RPG-light abilities. Would you guys want to see Xbox Studios do something similar? And if so, which games modes would you want to see? Thanks for the show as always. Well, with Xbox, we used to get Horde modes
Yeah.
and everything. And I prefer Horde modes.
Yeah, very similar. Like Firefighters recently landed in Halo Infinite, but I think that's a prime example of something that the team could take for the next game and make a genuine, new mode, like a rogue mode. That's
the
using all
roguelike-
of that sandbite.
You've got the runs in the things, but it's the meta leveling outside of that is what makes a good roguelike, and that's kind of one of the issues I had with Returnal. It was very slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I got told that apparently about a month or so ago on the podcast, I had mentioned what I had heard about what I think Snitch had mentioned God of War was getting DLC, and then I think I had mentioned what I had heard about it, and I heard it might actually be like a standalone, expandalone thing. Now, it's turned out it wasn't. But I feel like this is a good example of how my sources work in terms of what they see and hear. Like, people are talking about how full-on Valhalla is. And if you look at Valhalla on the store, it has its own store listing.
Yeah.
So even though it's called an update to Ragnarok, if you were to look at a picture, it looks like just a separate game. So I just wonder if my source saw that image and went, hey, this God of War DLC that's being rumored, it's an expandalone. It's its own thing. Because have a look, it has its own app in the store that you can purchase, quote unquote, and attach to your account. So I just wonder if there was some confusion that they saw there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I love Brit's comment in the chat. Can we highlight this? This is a brilliant idea. Gears of War roguelite has to be called Carmines, and each run is just a different Carmine family.
And they just die.
Brilliant.
That's actually pretty clever.
Xbox Studios have
That's
had some
actually pretty
roguelites.
clever.
Like our Hi-Fi Rush did their arcade mode, which was a roguelite add-on, and the really good Prey add-on that I can't freaking remember. That was its own Shadow Crash.
Moon Crash? Moon Crash?
Yes, Moon Crash. Could not think of the freaking name. Like they've definitely had some, and I can see where it fits from the gameplay angle. Definitely.
Yeah, but
but
now Sony did it though, so it's extra special.
Okay, I can't wait.
That
I have to
Sony
pee.
did it. Okay, it's extra special now.
Oh. Only Nick.
So it's sort of like when Apple adds like a feature that everyone has done before, but when Apple does it, it's magical and it's like reinvented But when everyone else does it years beforehand, it's meaningless. But Apple's like so special. This is the same thing. Anyway, executive producer Topp.
Nope, I'm coming back for him.
Hello, Nick, Jon, and G's. For Christmas, I and many of my family got my brother PlayStation gift cards. Oh, God, here we go. Listen to this now. Only to find that child accounts cannot add gift cards to their account. I keep complaining about these PlayStation child accounts, man. They're the fucking worst thing on earth. It pisses me off to no end. For some reason, you have to add it to the parent's account and set a spending limit. Yeah, so I've got to put the PlayStation the gift card on my account, and my son has to extract that money from my account. It is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. This then comes with another issue. What if we forget to change the spending limit back to 0? Will purchases just be charged to the card on the parent's account? Anyways, as parents, what would you like to see improved in terms of parent controls across Xbox, other platforms? Nothing on Xbox. Xbox has it perfect. Xbox nailed. You're muted, John. Xbox nailed the parental control shit. I can just go into the family app, add some money to my son's account. If he wants to spend it,
you can add funds.
Go and, if he wants to look at a game on the store or buy a game that's out of his age range, it says, hey, probably need to ask your parents' permission for this, and I can just either log in on his Xbox or approve it on the app if he sends a request. The way Xbox does it is flawless. Yeah. The way Sony does it is fucking stupid, and it pisses me off to no end. Like, if I had known that child accounts on PlayStation was such a write-off, I would have just lied about his date of birth and set him up as an adult.
Yeah.
If I had known. Because it's ridiculous. Like, some games it lets my son ask for permission, but then others it does. Like, my son cannot play Roblox on PlayStation. Roblox.
Mental.
A child. He can't play Roblox on PlayStation. It won't let him. It is.
Yeah, you can't
so
edit like the accounts and things afterwards. You can't upgrade them.
Can't do it. Can't do anything.
That's
His
so
account's
dumb.
his account's just screwed now. Like, it's just got to wait till he's God knows how old. I don't know. It's the PlayStation child account system is fucking atrocious. It's actually disgusting. Nintendo's is fine. I don't think Nintendo's just like whatever.
Yeah.
I think the child account thing on Nintendo is just like a label and nothing more really. The way Nintendo does it is whatever. At least if I want my son to buy something, he can. But my God, the way PlayStation does it, like if I had known Topp was setting up child accounts, I would have told him not to and said, don't do it. Just set them up as adults because the child account system is just busted on PlayStation. It's terrible.
Hopefully they fix that.
Xbox doesn't have to fix anything, mate. Xbox does it perfect. It's great. Okay. Last question. Oh, no. Ass4ssin Entertainment added one. Yeah. Skedaddle. You know Skedaddle's been there pretty much since the start.
He is OG.
Like pretty much since episode 1, I think. Possibly. Like right the start.
OG.
Skedaddle. New Year's resolutions. Do you guys have any for 2024? Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to set each of you a gaming-related challenge, which you will have the entirety of 2024 to accomplish. John, your challenge is to earn the achievement Ripley signing off, which requires you to complete Alien Isolation on any difficulty setting. I will leave it with Jesse to decide if it should be increased to completing the game on the hardest difficulty setting or completing the game without dying. I've got the platinum on Alien Isolation.
I don't know how you can play it. It scares the crap out of me.
Ah, it's such a good game.
This is cruel. Like,
It's such a good game.
and this shows how much of an OG member of the XboxEra community is, because that was like an early story about, like, I got that far into Alien Isolation where the alien appeared and I was just like, nope, and just I've never touched it again since. And now he's
Such
saying
a
I've got
good
to download it, install it, and play through it to completion.
Such a fantastic game.
I'm pretty sure they gave it away
Nick.
on Epic. If you ever
I own it. I bought it.
yeah.
I
But I
bought
mean,
it.
if you own it on,
Pass, I
if you
think.
own it on PC, you can cheat and then just get through it real easy. And
Yeah, but it's not an achievement. I've got to get the achievement on Xbox.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, Nick, your challenge is to finally earn all achievements in GoldenEye 007. This includes beating each level on a specific difficulty under a part-time and completing the GoldenEye story on 00 agent difficulty. I'll leave it with Jesse to decide if there should be anything more added to this challenge. Maybe for each month that passes without 100% completion, then he has to play 1 hour in Sea of Thieves. Jesse, you play and beat everything, so I will need the help of chat to come up with a fun challenge for you. John and Nick, any ideas?
Has to do 3 full playthroughs on Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox with a controller.
So you want me to spend 400 hours next year not working on the site and doing some dumb challenge?
Absolute dick move.
A challenge for Jesse. I'll get that GoldenEye one. I was actually supposed to get that by the end of this year, and I went back to GoldenEye about a week or two ago to try and get some more of them. And I went to do the multiplayer ones because it's local multiplayer, and no one here is going to play GoldenEye with me. And you need to have a second controller hooked up. You can't fake it with one controller, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to bloody sync up another controller and get all the multiplayer achievements, like self-boost them.
I like how he says that like it's a hard thing. Like most of us have multiple controllers synced up, but he barely uses
I don't.
Xbox.
I've only got one.
Barely ever use
I've
the
only
Xbox.
got one controller.
Right? Yeah.
No, my PlayStation and my Xbox, I've only got the one controller. My Switch has 2 controllers here. But my... Look, there they are there. See?
I have more controllers in my background. I got the one they bribed me with for Redfall. I got my Redfall bribe.
2.
I've got my Elite, my Scuff, a Switch with a Pro controller. The PlayStation controllers are all upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Assassin Entertainment. Something to do with Fortnite. That's what I was
playing
thinking.
Fortnite. You can give me the challenge all you want.
Well, well, I guess that's the challenge then. You're gonna have to start playing Fortnite. Here we go, Assassin Entertainment. Ooh, got a good one, Assassin Entertainment. By the end of 2024, Jesse has to buy and complete a Fortnite Battle Pass. Oh, yeah, baby. That's a great one. Yes. No,
There's
that's
no
the
chance in
challenge.
hell. I'm too busy working on the
It's only like $10. It's like $10.
If the site will pay for it, but if I'm going to accept playing a horror game through to completion, like that's
a you've got to buy a battle pass and complete
people are
it.
suggesting I stream it.
This season's too far in now.
I'm going to need someone with me to like.
So wait for us. Prep yourself. Start practicing a little bit. And then when the next season starts, or pick a season you think has good characters that you would like in Fortnite.
None.
And then buy the battle pass
never use them.
and complete
Getting anything in
battle pass.
Fortnite is completely useless to me because they would never be touched again.
No, it doesn't matter. That's your challenge.
Oh, darn,
your
it failed.
I won't. You don't have to necessarily stream yourself doing that, but you got to do it.
The only time I would ever do anything I don't want to do is if it was for streaming for the site for content.
Well, then stream it then.
Maybe.
Yes, you can. Play Fortnite. They asked us to set you a challenge. Don't be a fucking bitch.
Yeah. If he was executive producer, I'd think about it.
Ooh. I can't think of another one for Jesse that would.
That's perfect. That is perfect. That is absolute perfection.
It's a map game. It's a map game with lots of icons. It's a map game. It's a big open world map with icons on it.
That's the challenge.
Don't rise to it, Jesse. Don't rise to it.
Yeah, Britt's got a good point. With my internet, I really can't stream any online games because it just ends up running like shit.
Oh, that's fair. It's an online multiplayer game. Difficult.
Well, then don't stream it. Just do it and then provide the proof.
No.
The whole point of this stuff is interacting with the community.
Community can go to hell. Fuck the community.
I just got a DM from a friend. Have you got a timestamp for the Fortnite avatar news? I'm like, man, I'm still live. I'm like, I'm still live, dude. I love it because he's like an avatar. He's like an avatar freak. He loves Avatar. He's like, man, have you got a timestamp?
That's funny. Those from Skedaddle, those are kind of like, ooh, what can I do to actually get, maybe Nick to do something on the site? Ooh, maybe get a little more John on the site. I do enough. I'm good.
That's funny.
You get 2 out of 3 done. Community's happy.
God, yeah, how could I forget that Cade loves Avatar? I should have told him about it. How could I forget that?
The final question.
Okay, final question. Assassin Entertainment. Hello, John, Jesse, and Nick. Thank you, Nick, for unlocking community questions last minute. Love John and Jesse, but you're a real one, bruv. I am. I really am a real one. A good-looking real one. So, ironically, I asked last week about Banjo, and Nate the Hate decided to clutch in with that new Banjo leak. If it's real, I just want to know who the developer is. Yeah, I've been getting that question too. Who do you guys think it is? Also, Happy New Year's to all the XboxEra family. 2024 is our year. Thank you. Yeah, it's an interesting one. If it's real, I trust Nate the Hate has good sources. Nate the Hate and I have often shared info. So if he says he's heard of a new Banjo game, I believe that's what he's heard. Because, how people are all about, you just made it up. If that's what he's saying, he's heard it somewhere.
Throw shit at the wall, and some of it is,
Yeah. Who the developer is? Well, it's certainly not Rare. That's for sure. I'm just trying to think. I don't believe it's Toys for Bob, based on what I got told about Toys for Bob and their blurry
way too
image.
early for ABK to be cross-pollinating and doing stuff like that. They've got their roadmap for the next couple of years that they'll be focused on before they're...
And this is just a guess, so don't do the whole, I think he knows, because I had not heard anything about a Banjo game, let alone knowing who the developer is. This is purely a guess. And my guess would be Playtonic. That's just my guess. It would be like a Playtonic or maybe Sumo. Sumo's from the UK, aren't they?
Yeah. They have offices in a number of places, but based here.
My guess would be one of them two. Because Playtonic's made up of a lot of ex-Rare devs. So Playtonic would make sense. I think.
Fair.
Or Sumo. Because Sumo knows how to make a good platformer.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Not a successful one when it comes to Sackboy, but game is still okay.
Wasn't about success, but Sackboy's still a very good game.
Oh, I know. I was just being mean.
That's a really good game.
That's it.
Xbox needs more stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd love to see more platformers and things. That's the end of the show, guys. It's the end of the show.
It is.
Feels good. End of 2023. No more podcasts now until 2024, right?
No more podcasts till next year. Till next year.
A single one till next year.
There will be a stream.
That's it.
Yeah, there will be a stream tomorrow night though. But yeah, like XboxEra community, you guys fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What more can we say? Whereas forever humble.
Thanks a lot.
And yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Look forward to you doing even
support.
better next year.
Yeah.
Thanks for your support. Thanks for backing me up when everyone tells me I make stuff up. And, fucking whatever. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in live to the shows every week.
Yeah. Makes us feel amazing.
Might have a new look
such response
as we go live next week. I might change it up a little.
Oh
bit.
yeah, a little bit of a new look, new logo,
crazy.
new intros, new adverts, all sorts
we
of
might,
things.
maybe. Thanks for buying Control at my recommendation. Control is amazing. I finished all mine.
One of the few times he's been correct.
Yep.
I finished my Control
on Patreon.
You should get some. Control is great.
And thank you to our YouTube members as well, because they're just as cool.
Yep. To our YouTube members and to Mohammed Sherez for giving us all those super chats after we finish our show.
Super thanks, they call them.
Super thanks.
And to everyone who gives us super chats during the show, everyone except Rand,
Thanks.
I love you.
Thanks. Who else? I don't know. That's
Thanks.
pretty much everyone.
I think thanks to Jeff Grubb for being there in the old days and helping this fledgling team get themselves up off the ground.
And MVG.
Yeah.
And MVG, who's also a regular guest on the show.
Phil Spencer for being a member
Phil
of our
Spencer.
forums.
Yep. Thanks to Phil Spencer for supporting us. Like he's got our book on his shelf. I just hit my TV just then. On his shelf, and he's in our Discord, and he's on our forum.
Yep.
Follows us on Twitter. Mate, that's support.
That's support.
That's support up at the top. Tippity top support.
Tippity top.
The tippity top.
You know what else
like
I'm
our
grateful
executive
for?
producer, Topp.
Hey. You know what else I'm grateful for? A little bit of salsa. A little bit of salsa that we've had this year.
The salsa. The salsa. The sodium and the salsa.
It's been a good year. It has been a banging year.
Salsa.
2024 is going to be fucking crazy, and you'll see why very, very soon. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. We're excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited.
We're excited.
But for now, a very happy new year to everybody
Yes.
watching right now.
Have
and
a
if you're
safe,
listening,
have a
at
safe and happy new year.
and we'll see you next time.
See you next year. Ciao for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm live. They wanted hot mics. You can't hear them, but you can hear me, everybody. See you. They can't hear you. See you tomorrow night. For bringing in the new gears. Happy New Gears. Tomorrow night, 9 a.m. p.m. Not 9 a.m. Jeez, I die. 9 p.m. Bye.